Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show.
Live from the Xfinity Studio. That applause is for you guys and this incredible city, this incredible fan base. What I saw last night from a home run derby, it was a home run derby. The electricity that was there, the excitement, being into it, that was a display of Philadelphia. That was a display of people that love sports, that love the game, that created an environment that made it so much bigger than just guys trying to hit home runs. That was really, the home run derby has been going on forever, right? And I love it. It's fun, the whole thing. But, I mean, in the end, it's just a little event throughout the calendar year. What we saw yesterday was a fan base that embraced from the highest level. The energy in that ballpark was incredible. Obviously the rooting for Schwarber and Harper and the ovations, and then every time Contreras or Jordan Walker didn't hit a home run, the eruption of the cheers. It was amazing. Brent, do you have that video? I want you to see the video. This is when Schwarber gets to the final. Contreras is on his last ball, and he's got a chance to make a run to tie. And if he ties, he wins because he had the longer home, or maybe it was a swing off at that point. They would have did a swing off. But he had a chance to tie, and if he had two in a row, win. And this was the last pitch last night with William Contreras at the plate looking to tie the Schwarber bomb. Hey, Baldy. Baldy a little bit. That was something so special. Thanks to Meg Kane for that video. That was something so incredibly special. That the eruption of the crowd, it was such an awesome night because it was a Philadelphia night. They're booing the kids, right? The T-Mobile kids, when they would drop a fly ball. I mean, that's awesome. That's Philadelphia. How much we love this stuff. Absolutely love it. It made for a special evening. Listen, there's some things that, I thought were ridiculous, like Will Ferrell. I love Will Ferrell, but he and Owen Wilson weren't good. The ring with Buffer was a little much. Ceremony at the end was a little much. But it's all right. It's a show. It was a show last night. Netflix show. It was big. It was a big deal. Big deal for baseball. And Philadelphia made the night. The fan base made that night special. The ballpark was alive. That's the recipe for a successful event. Are people emotionally into it? Are they attached to it? Are they moved by it? And this fan base provided that. And that's what made it special. And everybody was there. There's Brandon Marsh, and there was Bobby Abreu. I wanted to hug Bobby Abreu. That was the first time Bobby Abreu never got booed in Philadelphia. It was awesome. Big piece, right? All the dignitaries were around. Like, it was just an awesome night, and it was a Philadelphia night. And in the end, I mean, look, Jordan Walker, was sick when he did. Like, he just went on a roll to steal the belt. It was a thief, right? Like, he pulled the thief. He was thieving last night with how he stole Schwarber's belt. But it was just an awesome night. Incredible night where we celebrated baseball and our guys, and it was Bryce, and it was Kyle, and there's the Shore Bomb and the whole nine. Like, it was fun. And there's something captivating about a home run. I love the home run. There's something to see the majestic, especially from the lefties, right? Caminero hit some bombs from the right side, but when you saw the lefties, Caglione from the Royals hit one that was like close to 500, right? Bryce hit the one bomb that was, I think, 492, something like that. Like, there was some major bombs. Batter's eye. Like, there's something special about that. It's fun. You love a home run, man. It's baseball. Home runs are fun. And watching that night was just a great night. All the sports world, the eyes of the sports world were on Philadelphia. And Philadelphia shined. It shined in the World Cup. It shined on the biggest stage. Beautiful. So I salute you guys for an incredible night and making our city look big time. And we are big time. We're the number one sports town in America. That's the truth. We care more than anybody else. We are into it more than anybody else. It's the number one sports town in America. Not even close. Good morning, Violations, Greg.
What's up, Anthony? Man, that was awesome. I was so proud to be a Philadelphian watching that last night.
It was exactly. It's so exactly proud.
It. Bryce they set the tone. They had the ring.
Yeah.
Bryce came out, and it's like they turned it into a WWE event, the fans did, which made it like if you watch a Monday Night Raw, it's fun.
Yeah.
And they made it fun. They gave you heels and villains, and booing the kids is amazing. Yeah. They just set the tone. We did it with the NFL draft.
Yeah.
We're doing it now. Every home run derby will be different now because of what the country saw Philadelphia do.
Yeah, like we did it. Nobody in any other town boos.
They
don't boo the other. Like the best is that, when Contreras was trying to beat Schwarber, and every home run he hit, they booed. Right. And every failure, they cheered. I mean, come on. And then the same thing with Jordan Walker in the final. It was fantastic.
Nothing. I haven't seen anything like that before.
Nothing.
And they made that show last night. The fans.
Yeah,
they did everything. I mean, of course, there's a great performance by Jordan Walker, which geez,
I mean, it's amazing.
Dude was clutch. My God.
Well, by the way, he just has he hit line drives. Like, his tact was brilliant because he wasn't trying to hit him 600 feet.
Right.
He was just nice, easy, smooth swings, and the ball just flies out of there. Right. Mm-hmm. So there were just line drives into the stands. Like, that's what that was.
And also the scene, like, they're cheering for everyone, every Schwarber booing, every Jordan Walker home run. And you see his parents cheering him while everyone around's booing. And then at the end, they're hugging the parents, and congratulating them, and high-fiving the parents. It was great, man.
No, it was fantastic. It really was. It was fantastic. Jordan Walker, by the way, is a beautiful kid. Beautiful young guy. I freaking love him.
His dad's cool, too. Like, afterwards, his dad's like, I got it from me.
Well,
that's in the interview.
You know why I appreciate it? Like, he said, he goes, because the era of the travel ball players here, right? And so living that life, when he said, I want to thank my parents for all those tournaments, driving me, being involved in all those tournaments. I was like, wow. Mas, you going to do that someday? You little bastard.
Hey, Mas, upstairs. You going to do this?
Yeah. Look at Jordan Walker. All right? Look what Jordan Walker did. These kids are weird. I couldn't even get them downstairs.
Dude, man. Oh, it is weird.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the kids I like, I don't think any kids I know are into it.
It
worries me about the future.
They're into it, but they don't like sit down and watch a tradition like we watch. They watch it on their
They
phone.
want the highlights and the clips. That's all they want.
Yeah.
Why? It's like us with Cliff Notes back in the day.
Yes.
Man, why do I need the whole book?
Right. Well, I didn't like Cliff Notes.
I love Cliff Notes.
I'm sure you did.
Cliff ruled.
Yeah.
But man, like the clutch of Jordan Walker. What are you, 5 in a row where he couldn't miss one?
Yeah.
With that crowd?
Yeah. Yeah, it was all.
That's a performance.
It was great theater. Like it was an awesome, great night, a great night of theater, man. It was again, baseball's such a great game, and it's alive and well as long as they don't kill it with labor.
Yeah.
It's thriving.
It was this crowd of Philadelphia made it so enjoyable despite a horrible broadcast by Netflix. I couldn't get into the broadcast. I don't know who's doing the sound. I know they want the crowd sound. Yeah, the mix was terrible. You couldn't hear the announcers. And the pregame, as they're coming out, you nailed it. Like, do we need Owen Wilson and Will Ferrell? At one point, he's wearing braces. Did that give him a competitive advantage? Yeah. And Bryce Harper comes out. Oh, here's a guy that doesn't have to pay a wah-wah. I mean, the jokes were just...
They're bad. The jokes were bad.
The Liberty Bell takes pictures with Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Would you recirculating like old Chuck Norris jokes or something?
Yeah.
And I love those guys, but come on, man.
I love them too.
Put a little time into the jokes.
I love them too, but
hire someone to write
they
some
were
jokes.
not funny. Like they weren't funny. There was nothing funny about it. Like it was like, all right, like I'll be honest with you, it was more cringe.
Yes.
Like when they were trying to be fun, I'm like, oh. That's bad.
Where it kind of comes out, they're like, it kind of makes you miss Shohei, right? It's like, what? Give the guy his moment.
Joe Conklin would have been 10 times better.
Oh, yeah. He would have put the time
they should have had Joe Conklin.
This was
do it.
Give these guys a free trip to the All-Star game, free trip to Philly, and they're just going to wing it. You could tell they didn't write anything for these guys.
They didn't care about
it. Horrible.
No, it was terrible. Who was the third guy?
I don't know. He's a YouTuber. I don't know his name.
Yeah. He stunk too. He was terrible. These guys were awful, man.
And whoever's in like that, I always see the wall of cameras, like monitors, and the director cutting. Dude, relax. People in the chat already saying, man, I caught epilepsy last night with all the camera cuts and stuff. Just relax.
Heavy cuts.
Just relax with
and
them.
Honestly,
it's baseball.
It was like, honestly, I get that they were trying to speed up the event to make it look faster, which is why you use all the cuts.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, the young people like cuts. They like heavy, quick cuts, quick. It doesn't work.
I don't think it works with baseball.
It doesn't work with baseball.
No.
Like, it's letting the moment breathe. Right. Like the parents, that was good.
Yes.
Like, you gotta let it breathe. Baseball is about theater, right? Like, so in October, when you have this big moment, and there's this moment of the pitcher, and before he throws the big pitch, and you pan to the crowd, and they're like this, praying. Like, it's all these kinds of moments that capture the beauty of the game.
Well, you can't just because you have a lot of money and equipment, you can't just go into sports if it's not your thing. Just let them do their movies and their TVs. They're great at it. You just leave the sports to sports people.
Well, the problem is that they want to blur the lines between sports and entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, last night was a perfect example, right? Did you need I like Michael Buffer. He's from here.
Yeah.
Right? The Ring. I mean, all right. Like, I thought it was kind of schlocky, but okay.
I get it.
I
get what they're going for.
I mean, it's not like putting a ring on the field. I mean, you would arrest.
And it was also a little weird. They walked out of that thing on first base, so the player. It's not like they were coming out from behind the scenes.
Right.
They had to walk to behind this thing.
Yeah,
Everyone sees
and then
them
they
walk.
come out.
Yeah,
It was kind of stupid. Like, just come out of the dugout.
Right.
Come out of the dugout and jog.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yo, there it is. Bryce Harper.
Right.
Like, you have Buffer, because Buffer's awesome. But, like, just have them run out of the dugout and then have them face each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, one man against the other man. Like,
you can have, like, some pyros as they come out. Some
Yeah.
flames go up as they run out of the dugout.
Then you have, you have 4 guys from one dugout, 4 guys from the other dugout, and they come and they meet, and they face off, staring down at each other. Whatever.
Yeah.
You want that kind of vibe,
Right.
but you don't need some stupid ring. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop.
Although Harper going over the top ring was nice.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Like, he's a showman.
Yes.
Came up small, but he's a showman.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. I think he was
When
trying
I
too
handicapped him
hard.
with Jamie, I was like, he's going to try too hard yesterday. I was
You're
like,
right.
Don't bet him. He's going to want it too
You
much.
nailed
He
it.
wants it too much.
He wanted it too much.
Yeah.
You're right.
I respect that about him, but it's all.
It's what I love
his own
about the
worst
guy.
enemy sometimes.
Yeah, it's what I love about the guy is that he cares so deeply and he
Yeah.
wants that. He
Yes.
wants to be the man. So I appreciate that. Like, he wanted the home run derby fiercely.
Mhm.
Like, I go, thank you. That's why I'm watching.
Right.
Because you want it so bad, that helps make the whole night.
Yes. Completely agree, but it comes to his detriment sometimes.
It does. You're right. He had the guy come in from the Dodgers to pitch to him.
That guy stunk. Get that guy out of here. He didn't give him, he couldn't get the ball up in the zone.
No.
I knew it. I can't trust the Dodger.
Yeah, no, he was bad. Schwarber, man, when Schwarber gets going,
My
man.
God.
Oh, my God.
It looks like he's not even, it looks like a practice swing sometimes.
Yeah, he's so effortless, man. He's just got such a home run stroke. It really is crazy. Like, when you see him, like, he's just, and the thing just goes.
Beautiful.
Although Bryce hit a mammoth shot. Him and Caglione, the lefties. There's something about those lefties, and they just fly, man.
And I guess it was cool where each batter, when they were up, they signed all the balls. So if you caught the ball, it was signed. Super cool, right?
That is dynamite.
Yeah.
Like, baseball's got that, the whole memorabilia and all that thing. They got it on lock. Like, it's cool. Like, I love that stuff. In another world, I would have wanted to collect. There were times when I was traveling, I'm like, and I was in the thick of it with all the national stuff. But like, it goes against your code.
Yeah.
So I never did anything.
I think, we know in baseball, and we don't know what the cap's going to be like. Money always talks. But if money is equal, again, we put on a display where everybody wants to play here. This is the building if you're a free agent. If you can make the money work.
Yeah, like we have Alex
wanna be.
Rodriguez on coming up in about an hour and change. And, that's the lead question because I tell the story all the time that he loved it. He fell in love. So when he did the A-Rod cast on ESPN, I used to go on it all the time. And he's like, anytime they were hit Sunday Night Baseball, we would talk, and I'd be on, and we'd be talking about Philadelphia, and he just loves it.
I remember him being blown away by it.
Blown away.
Yeah.
He absolutely loved it, man. Which is like, how Philadelphians are. If you are like into us and our town, I love it.
Right.
Like, I love when like national people come in and rave about Philadelphia.
Yeah, and they're not pandering. They're blown away when they come here.
Legitimately.
They're not used to it in baseball. We come out in baseball and it's just
we
a different animal.
We treat baseball. We treat all sports like football, right? Like we got a mentality where it just, it just matters, right? It matters to the nth degree.
All right, let's see. We got a super chat. Matthew Persh.
Hey,
I was there. $20. Nice work, Matthew. I was there last night, and the bank was electric. Philly showed up.
That's
what
right,
a
Matthew.
magic moment. It was a magic moment.
It was magic. Yeah. I agree. It's beautiful. I can't say that. But when the kids are dropping the ball.
It's the best.
It's the best.
It's the best. It's
Like,
it's tough love. You toughen them up.
yeah,
You're ready for life.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love it. I just absolutely love it.
We got a clip of John Clark had Rizzo afterwards talking about it. It's pretty cool. You want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it.
We are here with former World Series champion and All-Star, Anthony Rizzo. What kind of atmosphere was it like at Citizens Bank Park? Can you tell people who weren't there what it was like?
It was awesome. It felt like honestly a playoff game. It felt like a World Series game. It's when Wilson Contreras got up and Jordan Walker, they turned into villains. The Philly fans let them here. They welcomed them to their beautiful city. It was a lot of fun. And what Schwarber did and the entrances with Schwarber and Harper it was a great night for baseball.
You have played, of course, in a great baseball city. Philadelphia, where would you rank it after experiencing that, and you've experienced playoffs as well?
I mean, when I played, the Phillies weren't as good in the years I was coming here all the time with the Cubs. But seeing the World Series here, the atmosphere, it's World Series contenders every year right now. It's a place to be. So their team is legit, and hopefully they can do it this year.
You heard it, and enjoy the All-Star game tomorrow night.
Yeah, it is.
The place to
It
be.
it is. But listen,
Bleep you, Scott Rowland.
baseball heaven.
Yeah.
This is baseball heaven. It's
Right.
it's part of what it's all about.
Yes.
It's beautiful,
It
man.
was so great to watch.
It really is. It was so beautiful. Just a big part of what we're doing, and just it captured our spirit. We have Spirit Week going on here at PHLY in All City, and it captured the spirit of like who we are
Totally.
and why it matters. And look, the second half's going to be interesting. Let's go.
Nice audition by Wilson Contreras last night. Let's go.
Let's get our right-handed power back. All right, let's get our right-handed power back, man.
Immediate feedback from the chat. Cenobite Mayor, Will Ferrell and Luke Wilson should be dog walked out of town. Embarrassing.
Yeah. No good on that one. No good on that one. That was all that stuff was just terrible. Just terrible.
Oh, dude.
There was nothing funny.
No. And they're funny guys. I love their movies.
No, I loved them. I actually love them both.
Yeah,
I think they're both
I
great.
agree.
But
You could just tell they mailed it in last night.
here's the thing, the sport, I do believe Will Ferrell has done baseball stuff before. He did that thing where he played for the Padres.
Yeah.
Right? He's a sports guy.
Yeah.
I
He
trust.
sits at the
Owen
Kings
Wilson's
games dressed as a Kings player in the crowd.
Yeah, it's cool. He's a sports guy.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson's a sports guy,
Mhm.
right? These guys are so I appreciate it. But it just doesn't work. When they try too hard to meld celebrity and entertainment into sports, let's let it be the sports.
I feel you. I think it could have worked if they put some time and effort into it.
Yeah,
Jokes were just so bad.
I know. I'm not a jokes guy, so,
Yeah.
I'm not a jokey kind of guy.
Right.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
Give me my sports.
I feel
That's what I
you.
like.
Yeah.
That's what I like. All right. Plenty of stuff to do today. Coming up in a couple minutes, Baldy. So we had a great day yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Great day. So I met Spags. Steve Spagnuolo's in town, and he's in Avalon. So I met him at Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township. And then Baldy met us, and it was just like a football fest. Pitchers of beer and wings and crab fries. I mean, that's...
No, wait, no tequila for Baldy? You drink a beer?
It's beer day. It's an afternoon 4-hour football session. You're not doing tequila. You're not party time.
Does anyone bother Baldy for a picture or anything?
No.
No?
No. We sat in pretty much anonymity. It was great.
Nice.
And it was just a 4-hour fun fest in football.
What you glean? What you learn?
I don't know what I learned. I mean, we just had
What you teach them?
conversation. What?
What you teach them?
Teach them?
Yeah.
No, I don't teach them anything. Well, listen, Coach, first of all, Spags is, you just picking his brain on the whole. I mean, I can't even tell you the depth of conversation You won't
Does he
understand.
give you like an impression of if he leans like Mannion, he thinks will be good?
Yeah, I think he thinks he'll be good. Yeah, I think he yeah. You know, we talked about the Jalen ranking and, you know, the whole thing. He's like, listen, he goes, I'm going to give you one Spags quote about Jalen, all right? Because it wasn't really like a, you know, public session.
Yeah.
But he said, because I don't understand the rankings. He goes, I don't know. I'm going to tell you this. He goes, in both Super Bowls, I game planned to let him beat me. Like, I knew that our whole game plan was to take away Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. And he goes, he made 2 throws that were ridiculous, that beat us.
Right.
He said, we weren't winning the game. Those 2 throws beat us.
Mm.
He made the 2 throws. He goes, I forced him into it. I was not going to let Saquon beat us, hold the ball, and they're grinded out. He said, and he goes, he made 2 terrific throws.
Right. That's what he does in big games.
He goes, I don't understand these rankings. He goes, that's for you guys. You know? Anyway, Baldy's the best, right? He's just the best. So we're going to talk to Baldy coming up. A-Rod, 10:30. Jared Micklos, 11 o'clock hour.
Nice.
And, of course, Corey Seidman to wrap it up with some all-star preview and the whole thing at 11:30. So lots to get to. We're just kicking it off on a Tuesday, an all-star Tuesday. Let's talk about some of our friends. All right, semifinals. Semifinals for the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Mm-hmm. It's upon us. Huge game today. France and Spain.
Yeah.
What's the line?
France is a small favorite.
France, a small favorite.
Yeah. Sure
That's a matchup, right? Like, you got the top 4 seeds.
France is minus 150. Spain is plus 120.
And you're all Frenched up?
I'm all Frenched up.
You're all Mbappe up? I go Yamal. Greater than Mbappe.
Nah.
Yes. So I'm rooting Spain. You're gonna go France?
Yeah, I'm going France. Over 2.5 goals and both teams to score. Pays a $2.58.
There you go. There he is. He's been Mr. World Cup all season long, all tournament long. Check it out on the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. New customers get 500 spins on the goal, collect them slot game, plus up to $500 casino bonus back. Got to be 21. BetParks.com is all the details. Got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Let's talk about the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. What if I told you can have reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi, keep it the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Lets you stream the game even when the whole family's online. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. Best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Xfinity's best equipment included. Take from me, a lot changes in 5 years, all right? Championships are won, records are broken. Your kids all of a sudden are bigger than you. But your Wi-Fi should stay reliable. The price should stay put. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more, Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Now, Baldy. Oh, sorry.
Let me ask you about Baldy. I'm curious because there's different types of wing eaters. There's like me, I'll nibble a little bit, but there's still like a little bit left on the bone. Then there are people who devour the bone. Like there's nothing but bone left. Is Baldy a bone-only guy when he's done?
I don't know, dude.
Like,
I wasn't expecting Baldy's bones.
Come on, man. I expect this out of you. You get insight into the Baldy world. As people, we need to know about the Baldy world.
What weirdo would be interested in how he eats chicken wings?
I'm curious if he's just like in.
Brenna.
Like it goes in and then the bone comes.
in for Jules. Brenna.
And the bone comes out and it's totally clean.
Is that weird?
I don't think so.
Thank
No?
you, Brenna. Thank you.
I don't think so.
Really?
Thank you. You're weird.
I'm weird because I don't watch another man eat chicken wings.
You don't have to watch them eat. You can see the bones on the plate.
Why would I inspect somebody's plate?
I was asking to expect.
That's weird.
It's a quick glance. It's not an inspection. It's a quick
No,
glance.
that's weird. I'm sorry, Brent. I love you. I don't understand it. Why would I look at his plate? I'm not looking at his plate.
Because you're curious.
I'm
You're
not
you
curious. I don't
observe.
care how the guy
curious.
eats his wings.
Come on.
What do you mean you're curious?
You're a writer. You're curious. You observe.
That's weird. I
What
don't.
kind of details we need.
That's not a detail. That's
It's a great nugget.
no. It's not a great nugget. What's Eddie Wright say? What's Jat say?
I haven't seen Eddie in here yet.
No way. Oh, he said it. Eddie Wright said, next time you see Baldy and Wings, we want notes.
Yes. See?
What?
Yes.
Where am I missing? What
Come
am
on,
I
man.
missing? I'd never trust anything you say. Brenna, I trust, and she.
Thank you. Morty Duke. It's just being observant.
She and Eddie Wright, I trust.
Randy, you can tell a lot about a person by how they eat their wings. Thank you, Randy.
You inspect your friend's wings?
Poflax, cuz is too busy staring in the Baldy's eyes. Come on.
Oh, that's great. I mean, if I bring out the Baldy, he's going to say that's weird. You could bring it up to Baldy.
I'll ask him if he's a clean wing guy or a little
Because he's
remnants.
gonna go,
I'm a
"That-
when I
that's
do
weird."
it, I'm a remnant guy. Back in the day, I'd be a remnant guy.
What do you mean a remnant guy?
He's like, because I got a friend. He just throws it in. He'd be like my grandpa. The whole wing goes in his mouth. It comes out. It's just nothing but bone. And then my buddy will crack the bone and suck the marrow out of it. See, now that says something about my buddy Anthony. He's a little weird. Not this Anthony next to me, my other friend Anthony. A little marrow. Crack it open.
I don't know. I have no idea what you guys.
See, Jeffro, he's like, we already know Baldy eats everything. He might eat the bones.
No, I don't think he eats them. No. I mean, no. I don't even understand why we got into this conversation. We had a pitcher of beer.
Yeah.
We had 20 wings, whoever it was,
With the sauce on them or sauce on the side?
on the side.
That's not as good.
On the side.
Who requested the sauce on the side?
I think it was a Baldy.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I think it was Baldy. I don't really care.
I want them slathered in the sauce.
Slathered?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
As a wings professional.
I dipped. As a meatless guy.
I was a wings station specialist when I cooked at Hooters back in the day.
Oh, you cooked at Hooters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a kitchen guy.
Those wings. Where at? Which one?
The sinking ship on Delaware Ave.
Yeah.
The one they put on that ferry or whatever, and it's something. Yeah.
The Hooters wings are delicious.
They were. Well, thank you. I perfected that.
Yeah, they're the Hooters is the wings and the curly fries are tremendous.
And they also used to do a hot ham and cheese sandwich that was really good.
It's an underrated food. It's really underrated.
Yes, I would agree
I have
with you.
to be honest with
They
you.
had a good grouper sandwich.
Like, it's an underrated chain. It's like most chains are overrated.
Well, no one can look at the food because they got that stupid gimmick that everyone poo-poos on. Like,
Yeah, but it's an underrated thing. All right. Joining us right now, the legend, Baldy.
Baldy. Oh, let's talk some football. Baldy. Oh, he likes meats and football.
Oh, Baldy. There he is. What is it, my brother?
Morning, cuz. How we doing, man?
That's a great shirt. Look at that.
Yeah.
The socks on it.
Let's get after the quarterback. What did Spags tell us yesterday? All he wants is pass rushers and corners, right? Pass rushers and corners. Remember what he said, though, yesterday? He said he wants to start the defensive back university.
Yes.
The way, the pass rushers, offensive linemen, tight ends. Like, he should.
He should.
He'd be awesome at it.
Yeah, like you think about, because nobody teaches D-backs like he does. How
I
about
agree.
how much he loves Cooper?
Oh man,
He loves
he
Cooper.
couldn't stop raving about him.
Yeah.
But you think about it. I mean, not that Vic doesn't do a great job with Cooper, but you think about what he would do with Cooper. And if he's playing Brock Bowers, like is Bowers going to get off the line of scrimmage? Like there's so many different ways that he would use it.
It was funny the way he said it too. He goes, does he play much corner? He goes, I can tell you, I like him at corner. I love him at corner.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he'd be a star. He'd take over for Trent McDuffie.
He would. He would love that. Oh, my God. So I was telling everybody, I go, we had, like, to me, that 4-hour window was my happy place.
Yeah, I agree.
You, Spags, just talking ball. It was the greatest.
Yeah. And some wings.
Go ahead. There's your opening.
So we were talking about wings. I was curious about, there are different people. People eat wings differently. Like when I would eat wings, I leave a little on the bone. There's some people who the bone is clean. And I was like, is Baldy like a totally clean wing guy, or is there a little bit left on it when he's done?
And I said, first of all, you asked me.
A speck on the bone.
There's what?
I'm cleaning the bone.
You clean the bone?
Clean the bone.
I knew you would. I respect
I'm from
that.
a big family, man. Like, if there was any meat left in my mom would eat it. Like that was what was left over for.
Yeah, that's true. You pick after your kids. I picked after my kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's but he asked me, Baldy, he goes, is Baldy, does he clean you inspect the bones? I went, no. I go, why? I'm not going to do it. That's weird. I'm not inspecting my friends.
Not asking you to look at it. All he's got to do is
agree with
glance. You just glance at your bowl.
But, I'm not leaving nothing on the bone. I don't care if it's a pork chop, if it's a ribeye, if it's a wing. Like I'm making sure it's clean. Like if I threw a bone to a dog, there'd be nothing to chew on.
So wait, the sauce.
By the way, or the tomahawk.
The tomahawk.
The tomahawk.
The tomahawk.
Dude, you got to do me a favor. You got to do me a favor.
Yeah.
The greatest tomahawk steak I've ever had. Steakhouses all around the country, all this Vegas, Dallas, Kansas City, all these meat places. The greatest tomahawk steak I ever had was at your house.
Oh, okay. Wow.
With that wine,
that's a compliment.
I need one before the end of the summer.
All right, we'll do it. We'll do it in the backyard, cuz.
Does Baldy cook it, or does he have a chef?
No, he cooks it.
He cooks it?
I'll cook it. No, you just need a hot flame. Give me a hot flame. I know how to cook a steak. I mean, the Argentinians would be happy. The Brazilians would be happy. Cuz would be happy. I'm going to make sure people are going to be happy. It's going to be all flavor.
He's got the big wine goblet.
Oh, nice.
The good one. And it's all you need. You don't need vegetables. You don't need utensils. All you need is that tomahawk steak handle, and you just go to town.
Is there any you put any sauce on it?
No.
No A1, no Worcestershire, nothing like that?
No. That's if you go to a lousy, buffet. You might need something like that. No, all you need is salt. Just some good sea salt right there. Rub it in, man. That's all you need. Hot flame and some salt.
Himalayan sea salt or just any old sea salt?
I don't know. There's different types out there. There's Hawaiian sea salt. But just give me some good salt, right? Rub it in there. Give me a hot flame. Let's go to work.
Right. That steak was I still think about that tomahawk steak. That steak was ridiculous. Brother, one of the things, what the best is that we're just talking ball. And it's close. It's around the corner, man. All I wanted was oh man, I wish tomorrow we could just sit and watch film.
It's funny. Yesterday was July 13th, and that day is just stuck in my reticulum of my brain, right? So July 13th, 1982, my brother drove me to Kennedy Airport. I took off to go to training camp with the Cowboys. So I just remember 44 years ago, this whole journey started. But back then, and really all the way through when I played, and even now, as soon as July 4th comes, I'm basically mentally shutting it down. I'm in a 2-a-day program right now. July 4th, it's camp. It's in my blood. I already know it. It's fun. We got the World Cup game today. That'll be fun. And tomorrow, and Sunday will be the finals. But honestly, mentally, I've shut all the fun down on July 4th. It's like mentally getting ready to go. Gear up.
I mean, that's it. He's got his dude, tell everybody your training camp schedule. You already got the first week.
I got the first week, yeah. So the Giants are going to Greenbrier, West Virginia. Some teams like the New Orleans Saints went there years ago. It's just, I mean, it's in the Smoky Mountains. Fly to Roanoke, drive 2.5 hours through the mountains. You get to Greenbrier. So I start with the Giants on August 1st. I'm with the Patriots the following day. I go to Cleveland, then Philly, then the Jets, and then Detroit.
Wow.
So
how
about that?
My first 6 days. I'm like, you can't work me hard. You can't work me hard enough. Like, I'll do whatever. If I got to drive from, Foxborough to Cleveland, I'll drive. I don't care. Like, if there's a plane, there's a plane. If there isn't, there isn't. That's all right. Like, if it's 5 hours, I'll make the drive.
There's something I used to like driving for some reason. Driving in camp, like, because these towns, by the time you flew to a city, it was a pain in the ass. I'd rather just jump in the car and go. And there's something about like summer drive to camps was a lot. I loved it. I freaking want.
Like, I don't really want to drive. I don't want to drive from Cleveland to Philly. I don't want to do that.
Right.
But there's a million flights, so that's easy. But yeah, going to the Jets, going to Detroit. I mean, it's not going to be hard.
What's in Greenbrier? Is there a facility like there's a football
college?
There's a college out there in Greenbrier.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they're all these little colleges.
It's like a casino resort, honestly. And what the Saints, when they went there, they built some dormitories for their training camp for 2 weeks. So the Giants are going there for the first 12 days of camp. Wow. So there's a facility there. There's absolutely nothing for any player to do. Like maybe they let them in a casino. I doubt it. I don't even know like how operable it is at this point. I went there when Sean Payton took his team there, and they got a big hill that coaches are running or walking, in between sessions or whatever. Maybe a little punishment for some players that might be doing something wrong, but yeah, we ran that hill when we were there the last time I was there.
Do you think that's better for the players to get like when the Eagles used to go to Westchester or Lehigh to get away?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's totally better. And it's not that they can't get things done. I just think it's good. Like, the Eagles have a lot of new players, on this roster right now. It's a good time to go play some cards at night, go get a ping pong table, like just do some bonding, man. Like spend your time. Look, it's not 6 weeks like it was when I was with the Cowboys back in the day. But if you get 12 days together and, the Giants are going down there, new staff, new players, new way of doing things, pretty good time to get away and do that.
It really is. I'm a big proponent of it. I love it. Andy still does it.
He still does it.
It's funny how, right, the old school coaches still believe in that.
Yeah. I mean, where did Harbaugh get that from?
Yeah.
He got that from Andy.
Yeah.
Now they have such a great facility in Baltimore. I mean, it's just state of the art, I mean, it's really like that facility down there in Ownings Mill is pretty sweet. But, Andy does it for a good reason, like let's just focus on what we got to learn, digest, understand, and you get a chance. And look, it's St. Joseph's, Missouri. It's, I don't know, hour and a half away from Kansas City. It's not far. But still, I think there is merit to what Andy's still doing. Now, Spags is telling us that, Andy, is a product of he's not changing a whole lot. His ability to go.
He uses the same software. They just changed their software, their playbook software.
You've been using the same software for 25 straight years. Guys are like, hey, Leanne, there's new things out there. You can try it.
You always see the Vizio commercial, like with the iPad, like that Vizio. Like now, like it's like, all right, let's go. I thought that was fun. Like the best is I love that guy. I love Andy. I love the fact that he is so like he just loves the sport and he loves offense. How about it? He goes, Andy, he doesn't even talk to me about the defense.
Really?
Yeah, not even talking.
He's never stepped into a defensive meeting. Like that's Spags' world. Like he might know who Chris Jones is. He might know, who Drew Tranquil is, but he ain't spending any time with them in the meeting room.
I love that, man. That's just like so great. Like, yeah, you got it.
Like I got my specialty. Before Spags got there, he had Bob Stelton. Was it Shelton or Stelton? I forget. But he was his defensive coordinator, and like he left him alone. Like I think there's something about that that's kind of cool.
Well, he trusts our boy though. He loves our boy. Like having him, having him there, it just eases it, and he just concentrates. He can just work his offense, and he knows because let's face it, his side, Spags' side of the ball over the last couple of years was the better side.
No doubt. Oh, it carried him. The offense has not been explosive. They've really struggled at the tackle position. Obviously Mahomes has pulled out a lot of, magical rabbits out of his hat, but for the most part, the defense has been carrying him.
Yeah.
So one division title after another until last year when Mahomes got hurt and the whole thing collapsed.
Yeah. It's just fantastic, man. It really is. Like, it's just, I mean,
what did Spags say? He said Andy is so superstitious. What was that story he told yesterday?
So
they changed something up last year.
They talked
against Andy's wishes.
Yeah, it was like a pregame, something they did. During the week they changed something up. No, it was about the rookies. It was like the OTA. Remember, it was like, let's just have all the rookies and veterans go in together.
Yeah. Let's bring everybody in together.
Right.
And Andy likes to separate it.
Right.
He likes
usually
the rookie mini camp and then the veterans.
Right.
So they talked him into bringing everybody together, and then they had this horrible season. So he's like, we're going back to our old way.
Like, that's it.
Yeah. That's it.
That's why we had all those injuries, because we didn't have the extra 3 days with the rookies.
Yes. That's how I would be thinking.
It's funny. I mean, coaches can be like that, man. They can be incredibly superstitious like that.
Yeah, I freaking love it. All right, there's so much I got to go over with you today.
Yeah.
So, one, I want to go over the Jeremy Fowler quarterback list because that's getting all kinds of people are talking about it. And all I want from you is your thoughts. Like, you don't need to, go whatever.
I'm not researching one stat.
No,
I don't care. Jeremy can do whatever he wants to do.
Because what
These
we
lists
are
made for. Look,
football
whether it's top 100,
eye.
yeah. Like if it's top 100, these quarterback lists, everybody's got one, and they're made to do exactly this: fill the time between now and when we go to training camp. We can talk about the real. So I never am critical of any of these lists. I understand why they're made, and we'll talk about it. But I'll give you my knee-jerk reaction from spending 15 hours a day in here and what I've witnessed.
Exactly. That's what I want. Football eye. Baldy's football eye, not AI. Mm-hmm. AI wishes they could be football. It wishes.
Exactly.
ChatGPT wishes it could be Baldy.
ChatGPT stinks.
All right, here we go. Number 1, Josh Allen.
Okay.
Number 2 is Mahomes.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the first 4, and I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Number 3 is Stafford, and number 4 is Burrow. So I would take Stafford 1. I think right now, this is coming off of last year. If this is what this is about, coming off of last year, heading into this season, who's the number 1 quarterback? I'm sorry. I think it's Matthew Stafford.
I totally agree. And that's obviously not to knock any of those other guys. They all have great skills. But what Stafford has done, and then last year, nobody was really even close to him. Like he threw for 40, almost 5,000 yards. He had 40, I don't know. His touchdowns to interceptions was crazy. 46-8, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, and then, he threw for, look, in the NFC Championship game against Seattle, like, what was it, 31-27 game? He threw for 365 yards. He didn't throw an interception. Like, the defense let him down. That's why they went out and made all these trades.
Right.
That's why they went and got McDuffie and Watson and Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald's coming back. That's why they did it, because they couldn't stop Seattle, but Seattle couldn't stop the Rams either.
That's right.
That Stafford was unreal. And then when you go back and you go, I honestly don't know how these quarterbacks throw these no-look passes. I have no idea how he does it. But, Puka Nacua, is unstoppable. But the quarterback is getting him the ball. Like Devontae Adams is 30. I don't know. He came out in 2014. So whatever he is, 35, 36 years old. He led the league in touchdown catches. Like, you get down to the 5-yard line, the ball's going to Devontae.
It's amazing.
That's where the ball's going.
There's not a corner that can stay with him in that. At the 1-yard line, they're throwing a touchdown to him.
Yes.
What is it? It's
last
great.
year, I forget which team it was against. Might have been Seattle. Like, they threw a fade to him in the end zone, and it got defended or whatever. They went like most teams. They'll throw that fade one time. They threw the exact same play with a different release the very next play for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, they knew they were going to score.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I would take Stafford number one.
And I listen, I'm a Mahomes guy. Like, I still like going into the year, and we know Mahomes is already on pace to get back. He's already running 7-on-7s. Like, I love Mahomes, man. I do. I just love that dude.
Well, I remember talking to Cliff Kingsbury about him when he recruited him at Texas Tech. The first time he saw him do anything was in a state basketball tournament out in East Texas. And he was lighting it up from 3. He was flushing it at the other end of the court. Like, the guy is just a complete athlete and highly competitive at everything he does. And it's just like you can't coach him hard enough. He can't play. He's just taking these games over. Like that playoff game that year when Houston jumped on top of him, like 28-0 or whatever. He's on the sideline saying, we just got to get one. And then they went and scored like the next 8 possessions in a row or something.
Yeah.
No, there's his fire and playmaking ability is second to none.
And then Josh is 3. We had a little debate, was it yesterday, about Josh?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I just said I would have him 1. I would probably have him 3 or 4. I think
Yeah.
Mahomes.
No, but you thought he was overrated.
Yeah, I think he's overrated. He makes some bonehead decisions sometimes, and when the big games, Mahomes and Stafford to come through in the big games. So I would have.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't believe that he's overrated. I don't think he has much around him. I appreciate that he's a one-man. Like, he's such a different type of quarterback. Baldy, how do you
he's
assess him?
indefensible. He's literally indefensible because he can run over anybody or run around anybody. And then his playmaking ability is like, there's not a whole lot there. It's not like he's got Nacua and Devontae Adams and 5 tight ends to throw to. He's got 2 pretty good tight ends. One got hurt last year. But there's not a lot. I mean, you lose Stephon Diggs. You lose your number 1 receiver. They didn't replace him with anybody. But I'm not making excuses. Like, he's got to do better in the postseason. But, like, you leave 13 seconds on the clock against Kansas City and you can't finish that game.
Right.
He's sitting on the bench. He doesn't even get a chance to get the ball.
Yeah.
They changed the rules.
Yeah.
They changed the entire overtime rules in the playoffs because Josh Allen didn't get a chance with the ball in his hands because Kansas City not only kicked a field goal with 13 seconds ago to tie it up, they got the ball in overtime and scored a touchdown, and Josh Allen just sat there on the bench.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
I mean, that was a great opportunity to go get one.
Yeah. Huge opportunity. All right, then they got Burrow 5, right?
Burrow 4 or 5?
4, excuse me. Burrow 4, which, he's clearly the 4th. He's clearly there.
I mean, if you just wanted to do just a quarterback with mechanics, just mechanics. If your son's a quarterback, if you had a 14-year-old kid and you go study a quarterback to learn how to play the position, you study Joe.
Yeah.
Like, he's just that technically sound. How he throw. I mean, he's awesome. But, it's kind of hard to have this conversation and not throw Lamar in there somewhere, honestly. Like, he's just that talented. And I know he got hurt last year and, things fell apart and, They don't, after Zay Flowers, what do you really have? You make excuses there too. And playoffs have not been good, and the injuries have started to stack themselves up. But yeah, those first four, it's hard to argue with it. Now, people are going to throw Lamar out there because of 2 MVPs and all that stuff, but he's come up real short in the playoffs.
Yeah, and Lamar's 5. He's another one. It was interesting because you just don't have – you need more around you. Zay Flowers is 5'8". You got to get something else around you. I always thought and look, listen, there's something off with him last year. He wasn't as accurate. He just didn't seem like himself.
He was not a bona fide. He was not a bona fide player last year. He didn't run the ball well the way he has. And who knows? These injuries to these guys that take off. I mean, we've seen Randall Cunningham, Mike Vick. And I'm not all these guys. Their careers kind of went down. Now Randall, he got around great coaching, great players. He's the MVP of the league late in his career in Minnesota. So I feel okay, you got Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews slowing down. You lose Likely gets hurt. You got Derrick Henry, but it's not. I don't know. I feel like he could. Now they drafted 2 receivers. We'll see how they come on. The rookies. We'll see what they do. But we like Jacoby Lane at USC. We'll see what he does. If he helps him out.
Number 6, Dak.
And look, Dak's a great quarterback. He just is. The guy is accurate. He understands how to play the position. He's a good leader.
Man, he gets the ball out. I'm amazed how fast he's developed really, really well as he's gotten older. His release is awesome, man. It's just fast.
I mean, it's the best year George Pickens ever had last year, and that's with CD. So they've had some issues on that team. I mean, that was the worst defense in the history of the Dallas Cowboys last year. They gave up more points than anybody in this league. They're tying they're trying to beat. They got to score 40 to beat the freaking Giants. It was, and they did. But he needs. You got to have some help on the other. You trade away your best player in the whole team. Yeah. The organization's got to help you out. These guys can't do it by themselves. Dak's a good player. I would never knock Dak. He's professional. He's buttoned up. He knows the game. He's a good player. Look, the postseason's been a dread. It's been dreadful, and so that would really help him if he could win a few games in the postseason.
Isn't that a knock on him? No, is 6 a little high for a guy who was 2-5 in the postseason?
Well, who's 7? Who's after him?
So Justin Herbert is 7.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Justin Herbert. I mean, you can go watch Justin Herbert. Just go out there in the backyard, go to a high school field and watch Justin Herbert throw the football. And you see all the talent. You see the size, the arm, the delivery, the toughness. You can watch that guy in any game. You see all the talent. But yeah, you throw 4 interceptions in a playoff game.
Yeah, but let's talk about this, right? Because this argument drives me insane. Yeah. People hate Justin Herbert, and I just don't understand it. I don't think they watch him. The chat hates him. The VG hates him. I'm listening to ESPN yesterday on the drive home, and the guy was like, overrated, this and that. And every time I watch this kid, first of all, last year, he had no running backs. They all got hurt. He's got one receiver. The other receiver dropped everything.
Basically before the season started. And they're not just offensive tackles. It's Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater.
Right.
They could be as good outside of Lane and Mulata. They could be the best tandem of tackles in football.
And everybody points to the game where he threw 4 picks in the playoff game. He had an imbecile for a coach. That's pre-Harbaugh, right? Yeah. That guy was horrible, coach.
But even in the playoff loss to the Patriots last year, as soon as the game was over, they fired the offensive line coach and offensive coordinator. He didn't have a chance. What the Patriots did to him, you should fire the coach. You should. I remember when the Patriots with Brady went to play Denver, and they got beat by Peyton, and they fired the offensive line coach on the way home. Literally, in the plane ride home, they fired a coach, brought Dante Scarnecchia back. But like, you should fire these guys. They're rushing 3 and sacking your quarterback, and like you can't protect. Like
that's what I mean. There's got to be context. Like, do you remember the Eagles-Chargers game last year? It was the game where, and actually it was weird because Jalen threw the picks, but he actually did a couple decent things during that game. And like play action, it was like kind of preview of what's going to happen with Mannion. But on the other side of the ball, the Eagles tortured Herbert. He was their leading rusher. He got smashed. The entire game was getting smashed and still won it.
Yeah. Well, their top 2 running backs got hurt. So, they drafted Marion Hampton to be the starting running back. He got hurt. They're down to their 3rd team guy. Yeah, like, some of the like Mekhi Becton was a complete
disaster.
Pig on skates last year.
Yeah.
Pig on skates. He didn't practice.
Pig on skates.
Like, I know the offensive line coach. I know him. But he just laid down. He got paid, he laid down. He's not even in the league.
Yeah.
He went from being as good as a right guard as there was in the league under Stout. Like, as good as anybody in the league, and he laid down last year.
Yeah.
Like, you lose your tackles. Your center was done. Like, he's out of the league. Like, it was a mess up front.
To be a devil's advocate, though, I mean, Drake May didn't really have any good receivers. His offensive line was okay. They're not.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs been a number 1 receiver since he stepped into this league. He's got Hunter Henry at tight end. The guy's been a Pro Bowl player. Pop Douglas is a good player. They've got that rookie running back last year.
Guys that could go deep too, stretch the field.
Yeah.
You can be devil all you want. You got to watch the game.
I know. I don't watch any games.
Don't watch the game.
I never
watch
any
the game.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8 is Drake May.
Now, he led the league in completion percentage. He completed almost 73% of his passes. He led the league in yards per attempt, almost 9 yards an attempt. Like, the guy he's just a great student of the game. He's a great leader. He's a great athlete. You go watch that kid play basketball coming out of Charlotte, whatever. Like, he's a elite athlete. I was with him at this quarterback collective camp when he was going into his senior year of high school. He still talks to me about it. Like, he was out there with Caleb and Jaden. They were all at this camp together. And I took them all in the film room. Doug Nussmeier was there. Like, all these guys were in the same class. Like, that guy, when he was 17 years old, he understood the game. Like, he's just a sharp, smart kid, man. And he's 6'4" with an over-the-top delivery. Like, he's good. He's really good, and he's very athletic.
Yeah. Number 9, Jared Goff. I didn't get that.
Yeah. I mean, Goff he's played great in Detroit. He's played great. Amon-Ra St. Brown's catching 100 passes a game. They lost their starting center, which was, as soon as I saw Ragnow retire, I knew they were going to fall apart. Yeah. I knew it.
Yeah. We talked about that.
The difference. Yeah. I mean, it's just, if your center isn't strong and the Eagles center wasn't strong last year, the thing collapses, man. It just does. If you don't have a strong center, or he's hurt or in and out of the lineup like they were last year, you're not going to be a good offensive line. And your quarterback is going to struggle.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Goff guy, though. Like, I mean, listen.
Well, that guy can complete passes, cuz.
Yeah, he can throw it. I mean, like, he's also got Jamison Williams, St. Brown, the best back in the league. Like,
he's got pieces. There's no doubt. Like,
so,
none
of these guys
run the
ball.
do it.
I like their offense. Their offense is quarterback friendly. You run the ball, play action. Listen, he's like a good point guard. Like, is what he is.
He's very tough. He doesn't miss any games. He lines up, plays every week.
You're right.
Like, I don't know how many games he's missed in 10 years.
Yeah.
But, you look at him versus Carson and the injuries. Like, that guy, he stays healthy. He lines up. You can count on him. He's dependable. How many offense coordinator? I mean, Ben Johnson with him, the number 1 team in the league.
Yeah.
You take Ben Johnson out of there, this coaching, there's not enough good coaches in this business. You lose great coaches, players suffer.
Yeah. That's a great point. You're right. Number 10, speaking of Ben Johnson, is Caleb.
Yeah.
I love Caleb. I love Caleb with Ben Johnson.
I remember last year going to training camp, right? And the day I'm at Hallis Hall, like the story of the day is they had just given Tyson Bagent a new contract extension. And so everybody's talking about, hey, is there a competition? I'm like, there's no competition. The coach is doing this to light a fire under Caleb. He's just, this guy thinks the game differently than just about anybody else. They ran for 250 yards against the Eagles on Black Friday. They carved the Eagles up. Their run game, what they did in the pass game, and then Caleb's development in year 2. I mean, I thought it was phenomenal. He is an unbelievable talent. That throw against Green Bay in the playoffs, I don't know who can make that throw.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
There's a couple guys that can make that throw.
Yeah.
Maybe Mahomes.
Yeah.
Very few guys can make that throw.
I mean, that throw was rope. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Baldy, sit tight for 1 minute. We just got to take care of some business. Problem. We'll come back. 11 through 17 is coming up. All right. So, you notice we have not gotten to Jalen yet.
Yeah, I know.
First, a word from our friends.
Hey, who says you have to wait until November for Black Friday deals? Ashley is bringing them early with their Black Friday and July sale, and the savings are seriously impressive. Right now, save up to 20%. Ashley will pay your sales tax, and they'll even deliver your purchase for free. Plus, you can shop now and pay later with no interest financing. So now's the time to do it. Don't wait until November. Black Friday starts right now, and Ashley's Black Friday sale in July is happening now. Learn more in-store or online at homestores.store. And here at PHLY, we are so lucky to be partners with Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And something big is happening this Thursday. It's All Cities Day of Giving, supporting the amazing folks at Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And here's why it matters. Big Brothers, Big Sisters is built around one idea, that every kid deserves someone in their corner, a trained, screened adult mentor who shows up consistently, listens, and helps the kids see what's possible for their life. That's the whole model, and it's changed outcomes for kids for over 100 years. Now, this program doesn't run on good intentions alone. It takes real support to make every match last. So this Thursday, join us here at PHLY YouTube channel, and we'll have a special donation link so you can help us fund this incredible organization. That's this Thursday with Big Brothers and Big Sisters and All City Network, because it takes little to be big. And once again, don't wait until November for Black Friday deals. They are here now. Ashley's bringing them early with their Black Friday in July sale, and the savings are seriously impressive. Right now, save up to 20%. Ashley will pay your sales tax, and they'll even deliver your purchase for free. Plus, you can shop now and pay later with zero interest financing. Zero. So now's the time to do it. Don't wait until November. Black Friday starts right now at Ashley's Black Friday sale in July. Learn more in-store or online at homestores.store.
All right. Back with Baldy. All right, number 11, Baldy, Sam Darnold, who had such a great year last year, wins the Super Bowl, the whole thing. What do you think of Sam at 11?
Well, he's just been a quarterback on a team that's won back-to-back seasons of 14 regular season games. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. Maybe Brady did, maybe. But back-to-back 14-win seasons. The thing about him is, obviously, you go to the Jets, who's going to be successful? You go to Carolina, it's, he's bounced around. But once he went to San Francisco and he watched, Kyle Shanahan operate and how you actually design plays and practice and how hard the quarterback needs to be coached, the way, Brock Purdy did, it really helped elevate him. But, nobody thought Jackson Smith and Jigba could lead the league in receiving. Nobody did. That guy led the league in receiving. That's Sam. That's, the belief in the quarterback. But the thing that it's hard to gauge is how likable of a guy he is and how his teammates gravitate to him. You need that as a quarterback, because we know that doesn't always happen. This guy, the players, offense, defense, Leonard Williams, right? The Big Abe at right tackle, these guys love Sam. They love being around him. He's what a quarterback needs. He brings people together.
He does. And your point about nobody's done back-to-back 14-win seasons with two different teams. right? Like, that's what's amazing about it. Like, 2 different teams, he did it.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, but like, look, the Rams were a bona fide team. And, he beat them in an NFC championship game because he played perfect football.
Yeah.
And then the Super Bowl wasn't close.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nice crowning jewel right there.
So 12 is Jaden Daniels. Now, obviously, first year he was amazing, but last year he was hurt. And he's at 12.
You can't look, he's a talented player. But I said his first game as a pro 2 years ago, 2024, was against Tampa. And he ran 16 times in that game. Now, a lot of them were scrambles. I mean, Todd Bowles was blitzing them repeatedly to the end. And I go, he better not do this anymore because he's not going to survive. I mean, if you look at Jaden, like, he is really thin. And he's not going to survive. He can't play like that. You can't just run at that. I don't care if you're Lamar or who you are. No quarterback is going to survive outside of maybe Josh Allen and Mahomes to a degree. None of these guys are going to survive long term by running like that. And so he's got to evolve. They need better help around him, but he's not the 11th best. I don't think he's the 11th best quarterback. I'd like to have him on my team. I like to build around him, but I think it's way early. Because, I mean, for the idea that wherever Jalen Hurts is, to have Jaden Daniels above him is embarrassing.
Jordan Love is next.
There you go. Same thing. Like, Jordan Love has got a good arm. We knew it coming out of Utah State. He had a big arm. And he's a good player. But I don't know, like, he's another guy that's just, he got hurt against the Eagles in Brazil. Like, they folded him like a cheap tent, and he was like, couldn't get off the field. Like, he's going to have to work on his game to get rid of the ball. Now, they had a lot of injuries last year. I get it. They lost Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson. They lost a lot of these guys. But, he's a good player, but I don't think I guess 12 might be around the right place. Like, you could win games with him, but I haven't seen him win the division yet.
I know. I mean, it's pretty amazing, right? Daniels 12, Love 13, and 14 is Brock Purdy.
Yeah, that's pretty low. That guy is a great player, man. Like, he should be in the top 10. Wow. Like, that guy sees the field as good as anybody. And they won 12 games last year. They came to Philly and won, right? They get to the postseason with that kid. And you look at what they had to throw to. Like, he didn't have a number one wide receiver. Kittle got hurt. But, and to see him just, he did get hurt last year for a little bit, and Mac Jones came in and played
well. I was going to ask you that, because how much is Purdy and how much is Shanahan? Because when Mac Jones came in, Mac Jones lit it up. I mean, he was throwing for 380, and in fact, Kittle was hurt, and Tongan was getting 10 catches a game or 8 catches a game.
Look, I mean, Kyle's an elite. He's just an elite coach. He just is. That guy, he just understands how to game plan, how to coach, how to light a fire. Like, he's just a good coach, man. I know he hasn't won a Super Bowl, but all he's ever done since he's been in this business is win. He won in Cleveland. He won in Atlanta. He's been winning in San Francisco. Like, all right, Andy will tell you, you got to be a little lucky sometimes to get over the top and win it. I mean, Andy's as good as anybody, better than everybody. But Kyle's right there. Like, there's a huge respect factor.
Yeah.
You talk to these quarterbacks that play for him and how he coaches them and how he prepares them. Like, he's a great coach.
He is. He just is. That's why, like, again, you're right what you say about Purdy. My only thing is Mac Jones didn't miss a beat. And, like, I saw Mac Jones, I was like, wow, man, like, he ran that, and it was precision up and down the field. Baker is next.
Well, I mean, Baker had he just went to Tampa for the last 3 years. He's lined up and played every game for 3 straight years in a row. Every snap for 3 years in a row. Now, 2 years ago, 2024, he was one of only 10 quarterbacks in the history of the league to throw for over 4,000 yards and over 40 touchdowns. Like, he was elite. Now, Mike Evans gets hurt last year. Tristan Wirfs doesn't start the season. The starting center goes to left tackle. They lose the starting right guard. Like, Bucky Irving fell apart. Like, there wasn't a whole lot there. Like, everybody got hurt. Ibuka got hurt. So I want to give Baker a little bit of a pass. That guy's a great player, great competitor, and understands the game.
Yeah.
And has fun doing it.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing not to love about Baker.
Yeah. Yeah. And then 16, and I'm curious to get your thoughts on him because I've always loved him. I was disappointed by him. And then last year, with a new OC, had a great year. Trevor Lawrence.
He broke through last year. Liam is a really good coach, really bright. And everything was better. Anthony Campanile came in and coached the defense the year before. I was just talking to all these guys that were in Jacksonville at the SAC Summit. Like, the defensive coordinator that was there, he said they said they stopped listening to him in the second week of the season. He didn't make any sense. And they were atrocious. I feel like last year when they got Jacoby Myers on a trade, and then this kid Parker Washington stepped up, and they got, and then the running back had a career year. Like, he got the help and the coaching that he needed. Baselli came in there. They fixed the offensive line. Like,
I thought that was huge.
It was huge. And so he really stepped up last year, had his best season by far.
Yeah.
Because those previous 2 seasons, you could really debate if he was going to be a bust or not.
Yeah.
It was bad. The decision-making was bad. The injuries, were adding up. But it just shows you, like, these guys, they need great coaching.
Yes.
They need great help around them, period.
You need coaching. I hate to say it, and I love the guy, and I think he's a good football coach, but he's not a quarterback whisperer, is Doug, right? Like, Doug had him for a while, and he just didn't move the needle with him. And then there was a disaster after Doug left. And then finally, like, you get Liam Cohen, to your point, he knows what he's doing. Like, you see, because when he was coming out of Clemson, you and I were talking, I loved him. I thought he was the next Andrew Luck, like a lock. I thought he was a lock coming out of Clemson. 6'4", makes every throw, right?
He's taller than 6'4". No, he looked.
Yeah, 6'5", really. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, look, the kid won the job in high school in his spring of his 8th grade year.
Yeah.
And started every game in high school.
Yeah.
Every game at Clemson. Like, the guy was the background. Like, and then he's an elite athlete, and he is over 6'5". The guy carries himself well. He's a leader. But I thought,
and he can move. He's mobile. He's an athlete.
But you need, like, these quarterbacks, a lot of them are just burdened by thinking way too much.
Yeah.
And not really. And then when you get a quarterback that can just clean the picture out for you, where you could just use your arm talent and your natural ability to throw a football, like, it does make a difference. Like, Joe Burrow was at LSU, and he after losing the job at Ohio State, he goes to LSU, and he's okay. And then Joe Brady comes in. Now, he had Jamar, he had Justin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But, he goes undefeated with Joe Brady is off.
Yeah.
Like, the offense totally opened up.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow became Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
But, the first 2 years in college, he wasn't Joe Burrow.
No.
He needed great coaching.
Yeah. No, it comes down to all that. It just does. Like, so, like, to me, of these guys, Lawrence is the one guy who I think can get into the top 10. Like, one more year like this, I think he's got the ability to be a riser.
Well, I want to see, with Travis Hunter and, Brian Thomas Jr., who had a bad year last year. But if he gets back to being BT, and if this Travis Hunter steps up, like, he's got some pieces around. Now, they lost a good running back, to New Orleans in free agency. But, like, I feel like he's got a lot. And they just gave this tight end a new contract, who's a pretty good player there. Like, I feel like he can continue this. They went to Denver, who had the best defensive football last year. He carved them up. You know, they led the league in sacks, almost set a sack record last year. Just was short of the Chicago Bears 85 team. And he went in there and carved that defense up. Like, he had some impressive wins. I think that at one point they won 9 in a row last year.
Yeah.
Like, he got on a good roll.
They went on a roll. And you're right. That dude Strange came out of nowhere, had a great year, man.
Right.
Brenton Strange.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, some of these guys, look, Kittle was a 5th-round pick. I think Strange was a 4th-round pick. Like, something, you know.
Kraft was like a 2nd-round
was,
pick or a 3rd-round pick?
Who, Brenton?
No, Tucker Kraft.
I'll tell you right now.
Because he got picked the same draft as the other tight end, and he wound up beating him out of the job.
He was a 3rd-round pick. You're right, Coach. 3rd-round pick for Tucker Kraft.
Yeah. And wasn't Musgrave?
Was a 2nd-round pick.
Musgrave was a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah. Yeah. You got
Jalen 17. Like, what do you do with that?
Well, he's 63 and 29 as a starter. And back-to-back Super Bowls. And really was as good as anybody on the field in both Super Bowls. So it's kind of hard to dismiss. He's been in the postseason every year he's been a quarterback. It's kind of hard to put him at 17. I don't care if you think it's ugly, if you think it's Howie, if you think it's because the town around him is so good. I don't care what you think or anybody thinks. Or you could say all the different offense coordinators had all. Yeah. The guy wins games. He won games at Alabama. He won games at Oklahoma. All he's done is win. And there's something about that where you go, do these stats make any difference?
Right.
Does it really make any difference how fast he gets rid of the football? If he finds a second receiver on time, whatever. Like, at some point, you just have to recognize the guy is a winner, you know, and he conducts himself. Now, the guy's never, you can argue, is he everybody's flavor? Obviously not. But the guy never misspeaks at a press conference. He never puts his foot in his mouth, ever. Like, you're never going to have to ever worry about him doing something stupid. We've had quarterbacks in Philadelphia that did plenty of that stuff. Like, you never have to worry about him. Like, there's something about him that is just born to win. Like, I don't pretend to know him very well. I've been around him a little bit. Like, he's interested in the history of the game and what was Vic like, what was Randall like. You know, he'll ask you those. But, you know, he's not an outgoing guy. No. He doesn't have an outgoing personality. He's not going to just rally the team. Now, they'll go work out with him a little bit, but that's not really how he operates. And look, not everybody is built like that. You got to be yourself. And so, I don't know, it's hard to argue. It's hard to argue about his success. And somehow putting him at 17 is a massive, to me, disrespect.
Yeah, I'm with you. Here's the good thing for the Eagles is that going into this year, just add that list because you know he sees it. I know he sees it, and you know he's pissed. Like, all right,
of course,
you're going to disrespect me, right? We got a new OC again. Everybody's saying I can't run this offense. I got a contract situation, right? There's all these factors. And what we know about the guy is he is incredibly prideful and he's a worker. And so you know that he'll do, like he's already thrown to his guys in Orlando, like, hey, he may not come out and the offense may not work. But here's the one thing. I wouldn't bet against him because he's going to do whatever he can to try to make it work. You know it. Like, you know that this is where he's feeling like my back's against the wall.
How many different stories have been written this offseason about him? Honestly, like all these different articles come out. Yeah. Oh, he changed the play. Yeah. Like quarterbacks change the plays all the time.
Right.
You know, quarterbacks, you can call the play. You can give them whatever you want. They're the ones that have to operate on the field. The things that they kind of poke at them, you know, and try to like, you know, oh, this locker room is a mess. The wide receiver, like the guy knows how to conduct himself. Yeah. Like I would never bet against that guy ever. Yeah. And I'm anxious to see. I think he's going to be good in this offense. Yeah. When he did go play action, he did make some really good plays. Yeah. Like he didn't do much of it. And I do think he's got to evolve. He doesn't have the same legs he had.
Right.
You know, when he's running for 14 touchdowns. the tush push bailed them out in a lot of situations. And I don't know if they're going to keep running that or not. We'll see. But, I think that, they might want to rethink it when the center's got a bad back and the left guard had a hard time staying on the field, like maybe that tush push over and over again, like kind of beats those guys up too.
Yeah.
Maybe there should be a different way to gain a yard in this league right now.
Yeah, listen, I get it. I mean, I don't know, just a sneak. Like, he's got great, strong legs, gets low. I don't know. Sneak to me.
I don't know what's going to happen. Like, it wouldn't shock me if they still, operate that like that. But he's going to be under center a lot more. We know that.
Yeah.
I was talking to Lane about it, this weekend. And, when you're running that offense, I mean, I could pull up Seattle film and Rams film. Like, if you're the right tackle and you're going to bootleg to the right and you're just selling the run, you get like 6 or 8 plays that are free every game. Where instead of like battling TJ Watt or, one of these pass rushers out there, Danielle Hunter or somebody, like you almost get a play off. Like, I love when we went bootleg or play action as a player. Like, honestly, you can really sell out, change up your techniques, change up your sets, attack the defensive lineman.
Yeah.
You know that the play action is going to bail you out in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's the truth. My brother is the best. I can do it all day, man.
All right.
All right.
This is the greatest. It's the greatest. I can't wait. Our next trip is to see Matty Rule.
Yeah, let's go see Matt.
Yeah.
Let's go find out what college football is all about, man.
Yeah. So when you come back,
let's look behind the curtain of college football and just see what kind of a mess it is.
So we got to give me a day, all right, when you come back.
I'll be back. Cuz hopefully I get a couple things worked out this week, but I can come back anytime.
All right, perfect. And we'll go see
sounds good,
college.
cuz.
We got someone in the chat wanted to know, Baldy, if you saw that bison flip that guy in Yellowstone Park, and if you could break down the bison's footwork and mechanics.
Did you see this?
Well, I remember being on a safari one time in Kruger Heck National Park in South Africa, and I saw this elephant stomp a jeep. Like, if you're not keeping your distance away from these wild animals, you're nuts. Like, I can hear these lions. I can still hear lions feeding at night because they eat at night. It's too hot in the daytime to go get their prey. But they need 50 pounds of meat a day. Like those bison, they need meat. Like, you watch these bison when lions are coming into their trough and they start running, the ground shakes. Like, you shouldn't be anywhere near that animal.
They have surprising closing speed.
The closing speed, elephants, elk, bison, like, get the hell away. Like, you have no business being in that area.
Yeah.
Good words.
Yeah, the closing speed. It's everything. My brother, we love you. You're the greatest.
All right, buddy. Yep.
Legend.
Talk to you, cuz. See you, man.
There he is. Baldy. All right. We're going to take a quick TO. We'll come back, and A-Rod will join us. We'll get back to baseball and talk about last night and what an amazing night at Citizens Bank Park. Proud to be a Phillies fan. Proud to be a Philadelphian.
Proud to be a Philadelphian.
Yeah, that's right. First, a word from our friends. Let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. The World Soccer Hub now. It's back. Semifinals. 3 matches left. VG's going to cry as the World Cup tournament comes to an end.
Going through withdrawal.
What do you got? What are you doing today?
If you want to get fancy today, France, both teams to score over 2.5 goals pays plus 262. If you want to get a little more conservative, you can go France to advance.
France to advance.
And both teams to score plays 178. Vive la France!
What about a little Mbappe, Lamine Yamal?
You want to see what it is for them to score?
Yeah.
Mbappe is almost like even money today. It's like plus 100 or 105.
Wow.
Yeah. Mbappe's plus 100. Yamal's plus 230.
Wow. Lamine. How about all the
Dembele plus 230. I like that one.
All right. You got to be betparks.com has all the details. They got everything. All right. Check it out. You got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER to Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app.
You know that moment, the one you realize you left your favorite sunglasses at the beach, on the roof of your car, at a gas station 3 states away. Well, I've been there too because I left a pair of really nice sunglasses at a hotel in Toronto, and I was screwed. And then I was hesitant. Did I want to buy nice sunglasses like Shady Rays? And then when I did buy them, I'm afraid to wear them. Shady Rays changes everything. They've changed the game because these sunglasses are made for real life, seriously good looking, polarized, durable, not stupidly expensive. And here's the wild part. If you lose them, break them, day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now I actually wear my sunglasses everywhere without fear. Concerts, mosh pits, on hikes, traveling through the city, on a boat, wherever, because Shady Rays is the eyewear that has your back. So go to shadyrays.com and use the code PHLYSR for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses.
PHLY pitch while we wait for Alex. And here we go. Here's the matchups. VG, take it away. We got 2 semifinal games today. All right. Spain, France. Tomorrow, England, Argentina.
Yeah, curious where the staff is. Staff is today, they're on Spain. Wrong. That's not gonna. But the staff doesn't know what they're talking about. Tomorrow, they're on England. I might be leaning that way too.
I'm rooting England.
Yeah, I think England
I'm rooting
might pull
England,
it off
man.
tomorrow.
I'm rooting England. I'm. Listen, you were talking about bending over backwards for Messi. I love Messi, but
They have been bending over backwards. So it's this FIFA we're talking about.
I know.
But yeah, I do.
But it's England, though. It's amazing that you have the top 4 seeds.
Right? Chalk. Total chalk. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, this
4.
is like
the first time it's happened
all
in a while.
1 seeds in the tournament.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
We got our man? All right. Now, joining us on the Xfinity mobile call-in line, it's a Hoagie Hangout with a legend, the great Alex Rodriguez. What's up, my brother? Good to see you, man.
What's up, my friend? How you doing, man? BJ, how you doing, my buddy?
Good.
Hey, cuz, you were great last night. What was that scene like? You know, you and I always talk about, Philadelphia, and I love the fact that you fell in love with us during the World Series. What did you think of that derby last night?
Well, Anthony, I got to go back because my big brother Joe, my older brother Joe, has been a Sixers fan for 50 years. And I grew up a Sixers fan with, Bobby Jones and Mo Cheeks and Moses Malone and Dr. J. Those are the days. And my connection with Pete Rose and Larry Bowa. So I love Philly. I always have. It was ironic that the World Series title was right here in Philly. But last night was incredible, Anthony. Like, I still remember my first day when I became an All-Star. It was about 30 years ago, almost to this week. And it was across the street at Old Veteran Stadium. And I saw my childhood hero, Cal Ripken Jr. And to this day, I mean, and just like you guys, when you meet your heroes, you're like, holy smokes. And he actually was even better than what I thought. And thinking about last night, there's 36 first-timers in this All-Star game. And it's always so great and so rewarding to see their families, their children, their wives, their partners. And it's just awesome. I never get tired of it.
I covered that game for the New York Post, the 96 one at the Vet. I remember you making that appearance. I remember watching you play, man. And it was amazing. Walking into the clubhouse and all the great play, Junior, all those dudes. And I just remember thinking, like, wow, you guys reinvented the especially you during that heyday, reinvented the shortstop position. Like that, all those young, big shortstops with great power that could spray the ball to all fields. It was a new era of shortstop.
It was. And, actually, Jeter and I spoke about it on the telecast yesterday where they were saying something similar to what you were saying, Anthony. And we all said, wait a minute, it's not us. We all looked at Cal Ripken because the minute that somebody said, wait, A-Rod, you're too big to play shortstop, or no more, you're too big, or Jeter, we all said, wait a minute, just look at the big guy over there, Cal Ripken. And that just slew everyone down, and it gave us an opportunity to live out our dreams.
Yeah, the range you have. It's funny because now it's become the prototype. Like, you're looking at shortstop, you want a big shortstop. You want a guy that's 6'2", 6'3", that can give you pop out of your shortstop. It's still to this day that way. It's awesome.
Yeah, it went from being a small cornerback, a little bit like, call it Ozzie Guillen or Ozzie Smith, to like these strong safeties that are all above 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and they're doing it beautifully, and it's great to watch.
Did you, what was the environment last night? Like, this is what, as a Philadelphian, right? And it's why I came back to my town. I love the place. And to see it show out with the energy for a home run derby, and, you know, they're booing the kids that are dropping the ball out of fun, right? They're cheering, like going bananas over Bryce and Schwarber, and then Jordan Walker, they're booing the home run, and at the end they're hugging his parents. Like, it mattered. Like, the energy in that yard last night was awesome, brother.
It was awesome, and you're right. And you know what? If you zoom out a minute, what you see is, and there's no offense against the rest of the country, but there is no question that baseball is made to be played in the East Coast, and that's Philly, Boston, New York, and you have the strongest, the loudest, the most passionate, the smartest fans in the East Coast, and no one better than the Philadelphia Phillies fans. We had meetings in the World Series on how to manage the 10th man for the Philadelphia Phillies in '09, and the Philly fans, you may not like them, but you can't ignore them, and they're going to be a factor in the game. And what you want, Anthony, you know this, it can work in waves. If you're doing great, there's no better place. If you're doing bad, that's a negative avalanche is coming your way, and only the mentally strong survive in these markets.
Well, and you can see it with Schwarber and Harper, right? Like, they embrace that moment. Like, they embrace the bigness of it, which, you know, was cool. Like, you gotta be a showman, man. Like, part of, if you're a great player, you gotta show out. You were that way. You gotta show out.
Well, you gotta put on a good show, right? At the end of the day, I think some of the great moves that baseball's made is they forgot a little bit there about baseball, which is good, and understand they should lead with entertainment.
Yeah.
In the NFL, there's no one better. I mean, the Eagles are just a juggernaut of an incredibly well-run franchise, as are the Phillies, or as the Sixers. But what I will say is that it's really important to put on a good show, and it's really important to lead with your best people, your superstars. Look, any good thing in baseball or sports, you need the 3 S's: superstars, strategy, and what's the other one, Nick? Superstar, strategy, and storylines.
Oh yeah,
and
storyline. Yeah,
the three S's, right? And in Philadelphia, when you have those three, is magic in a bottle.
Yeah, the storylines. And you brought up the young players, and one of the things I love the youth in the game right now. Like, we saw Jordan Walker, who's a great kid. Like, first words out of his mouth were, "Thank my parents for taking me to travel." Like, I got a 13 kid that plays 13U, and I'm at all these tournaments. I coach every weekend. We're doing stuff every night. We're at the field, and like, it's a lot. And first word out of Jordan Walker was thanking his dad and thanking his mom. I love that.
I mean, we got to remember there's millions of kids watching, and when they see someone like all the young players and a kid like Jordan last night, it might turn a few kids around and say, "You know what, Dad? I wanted to play football, but I want to be like that guy. I want to be like Jordan. I want to be like Kyle Schwarber. I want to be like Bryce Harper, Trey Turner." It's an incredible thing. Just like I did, Anthony. You fell in love before you were a teenager. So did I. I'm sure VG did as well. Is when you're exposed to these kind of things when you're young, it sticks with you. And I was a Sixers fan growing up because my brother was a Sixers fan.
Yeah.
I was a Mets fan because my brother was a Mets fan, right? And he was a Raiders fan. I didn't follow him there. I just stayed with the Dolphins and my guy Dan Marino. But we are a product of the environment we're exposed to in the early days.
It's the truth. And I love the kids. Caminero, how about that kid, man? He's got a great swing. Right hand from a right side, man. Wow, that thing just missiles.
Anthony, this is for your audience here. I'm going to just give you a little tip on this kid, Caminero. First of all, he's an incredible kid like Jordan. You know, his English keeps getting better and better. He works on it very hard. He's not just resting on his laurels and say, "I'm just going to, have somebody else translate for me," which is, commendable. But he also wants to work at it. And that gives you an indication of he only wants excellent things for himself. But when the ball comes off this kid's bat, it starts sounding like Manny Ramirez or Gary Sheffield or Albert Pujols. And Poppy and I were watching him the other day, and we were like, "Holy smokes!" It just has a different sound, just like Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
Those balls, you don't. They say you don't have to see the great players; you can hear the great players from the parking lot when they're hitting.
It's the truth, man. Close your eyes. I remember talking to Charlie Manuel about it. Like, he'd have his back to home plate and close his eyes, and he goes, "I could tell by the sound where the ball is going to go."
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
It's so true. And then there's a local kid who I love. He's in Detroit now, Kevin McGonigal, who made the team and will be playing tonight for the Tigers. The kid is 21 years old and just raking, man. Kevin's having a. I mean, that Tigers lineup is a good lineup. He's batting leadoff, made the show out of spring training, and has just been an all-star. It's an amazing story.
It's great. Anytime you see these breakout stories when they're 19, 20, you mentioned you saw me when I was a teenager coming up, and you have a certain connection to a kid like that. You remember the first time you saw like a Mike Schmidt or a Trey Turner or better yet, Bryce Harper when he was in the cover of Sports Illustrated when he was 15, 16 years old. And then you track them, and these kids become young man, retired man, and you see the whole rainbow. Like you've seen thousands and thousands of great players mature, and it's great because the connection is different once they become a little bit older.
Who was instrumental to you? Like when you come on the scene, like I remember going, "Wow, oh my God, this kid's unbelievable." I was young. I'm like, this dude, I love this dude. And Junior said to me, I walked in the clubhouse, I'm like, "Dude, what's up with him?" And he's like, "Kid's a stud." Like who was instrumental to you during that period?
Yeah, Anthony, if you look at my career in high school, I went to a small school in Miami called Westminster Christian, and think about it like Duke basketball. It was a smaller private school, but we had like 11 Division I scholarships between my sophomore and senior year, right? And we had 3 or 4 guys playing the major leagues from that team.
Damn.
And so from age 15 to 25, I had two managers. I had Rich Hoffman at Westminster Christian, and then I had Lou Piniella for about 6.5 years. So Lou was an incredible teacher. His teacher was Billy Martin. So I'm getting the whole kind of legacy of Yankee as a Mariner. And he was so tough on me, Anthony. Like, if you hit 250 or below, you're going to AAA. That's the bottom line. Like, 250 now gets you a 10-year contract.
Yeah.
But if you didn't get the bunt down, if you missed a bunt, if you missed an assignment, you're just gone. And then I had Larry Bohr, which was an incredible friend of mine and mentor and one of the best infield coaches I've ever had. And I had him twice, once in Seattle and then with the Yankees. We reunited. And Larry Bohr is one of the best baseball people I've ever met. Pete Rose had a big influence on me with, not taking anything for granted. I mean, to think that he's not in the Hall of Fame, you need 200 hits for 21 straight years, and you're still not a Pete Rose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's completely stupid. I can't believe you said Bo. We love Bo. Bo's a good friend of mine. And
There you go.
And it was fun. I just had him on Friday. We were just talking about, because he was pumped up for the Futures game, because he loves working with kids. He loves working with the young guys. And now I put 2 and 2 together, but I forgot he was in Seattle. That makes sense, how you would gravitate toward him, because he's a baseball dude, like through and through.
But Anthony, I credit, Sam Perlazzo, I credit Larry Bohr, Woody Randolph, guys that worked with me tireless hours at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, spring training in the backfield in Tampa every day.
Yeah.
We'll say, and this is something that makes me really sad and kind of upset. And to think that people like Larry Bohr and Willie Randolph, there's no place for them in the game on the field, to me is a catastrophe. Because, man, if I was Trey Turner and I was going through a little bit of a tough time, there's no one better on the planet than Larry Bohr to get you out of that funk. You're either going to get out of that funk or you're going to go into depression. So you better fix it.
That's the truth. Did you, I was just curious of your thoughts. So Zach Wheeler does not, he gets snubbed. Like, to me, he's the most underrated. I've been on this soapbox about Wheeler because he's the most underrated player in the whole freaking league. The Phillies have had a great comeback this year. Well, it coincided with Wheeler coming back from the blood clot where he had the surgery, he got rid of a rib. He comes back. They change managers to Don, and then they go on a run. But that's because of Wheeler. Wheeler's been the best pitcher in the National League the last 7 years.
And he's been the best pitcher the last few weeks. And he's 10-1 with a 2.1 ERA. And I will say, if he was 10-5 with a 4.1 ERA, he needs to be here. Number one, he's been the driving force of this great turnaround. That's one. And two, he's come back from this blood clot rib that I've never heard anyone come back from. It's not a simple Tommy John.
Right.
And the fact that he's not in, I mean, that's where I think there's a gap and an opportunity, low-hanging fruit, Anthony, that baseball just has to be a little bit more aware to understand that Zach Wheeler makes tonight so much greater. And unfortunately, he's not here.
I know. And then I think I was talking to Nightingale, from USA Today. I was talking to Bob, and we were talking about Hall of Fame. And he's like, well, you don't have the numbers. I'm like, well, when you don't have, like, he loses out on so many wins because pitch counts, and you're only going, he's getting pissed off because they're taking him out 95 pitches, and he's like I want to go to 120. But if you're going to change the way pitch counts are and how we handle pitching, then you got to change the way we vote in the Hall of Fame.
Well, that and Anthony, I don't know about you, but I'm not that smart. I'm a C-ball hit ball guy.
Yes, you are.
All these acronyms that they've introduced to the game of baseball, I don't know if they're there to confuse us or they just want to eliminate 60% of the fan base. But, like, just give me what a guy's hitting average, give me the home runs, give me the RBIs and runs scored. I'll take it from there. Obviously, on base percentage. But I think simplicity sells. And when you're trying to sell baseball to the masses and you put in acronyms, then my mom and my big brother are like, what the hell does that mean and why does that matter? Right. It's really hard to do.
It's the truth, man. You're so right. Listen, it's going to be a very interesting offseason. And obviously with all the way the game, and I love where the game's at, like the ABS has worked, the pitch clock has worked. I see, I smell it, you feel it. Alex, you know better than anybody, man. People are digging the game. It can't go away. Like, these sides have to come to some sort of agreement and not do a stoppage. It can't go away. It'll really kill it.
Well, the fans are all the way back, Anthony, to your point. The numbers suggest so. The game has never been more fun than it's been now over the last 10 or 12 years. The pace of the game is really fluid, as you mentioned, is really good. They've eliminated the shift. They've done so many wonderful things. We had incredible WBS this early spring with Venezuela beating U.S.
Yes.
And you had 53 million people watch last year's World Series when you include the three markets, Canada, Japan, and the U.S. And it's in a heater right now. And to think I was basically right there on the field in '94 in August when we walked off. But back then we didn't have Netflix. We didn't have Prime Videos. We didn't have Apple TV. We didn't have all this craziness fighting for the consumer's eyes. I just don't think we could afford it. And when you talk to both sides, Anthony, they're dug in. They're dug in where it almost sounds like a political race where they're talking past each other. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes you need someone in the middle, whether that's like a Warren Buffett or Bob Iger or Jamie Dimon, to basically say, I'm non-partisan here. I'm going to say what's the best formula for the game to move forward. And I think some of that's going to be needed in this time around.
That's a great idea. Jamie Dimon. That would be he would be a perfect guy to kind of bridge this together. And you need to get started with this now. Like, they need to do this now. You know how it is. I remember covering '94 and nothing. They didn't even talk. I left the Mets. I was covering the Mets. They were playing the Phillies on August 13th. We had the players because we could. The team couldn't. The players had to rent a bus to get back to Shea to get their cars. So I tell Franco, I go, I want to go on the bus with you. Go ahead. So we go I'm on the bus with them, and we figure everybody's like hanging out. We just think it's going to be a week or two. And they didn't start talking until November. It was horrible.
And that we can't afford, Anthony. If that happens, the game will be in deep, deep trouble. As good as it's gone and all the equity we've built up and all the great work that Rob Manfred's done will be handed back.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is, if I was in their position, I would study other leagues and see which salaries have gone up the most. And if you look at what NBA's done, the highest guy is going to be close to, call it 70, 80, 90, close to 100 here in due time. And NFL, obviously, you see the quarterbacks. Baseball is the one place where the medium salary has gone down the last 10 years. So in a world where everything's going up and to the right, then you have to study and say, okay, if you're a player, how can we make a more democratic approach? And what I mean by that is, if 80% of the salaries are going to 10% of the players, that's not kind of full equality across the cap stack. So can you get younger players to make a little bit more? Can a guy like Ohtani go from 70 to 64? I'm sure Ohtani will be fine. So you got to just think about like non-controversial pieces that you can agree on, and then try to figure out the toughest two later on.
I need you in there, man. Listen, you own the T-Wolves. You're an incredible business mind. You have incredible fund. Like you know what's going on. Baseball should look to its own. Somebody who cares deeply, who loves it, that cares about the health. You would be great at doing this. You really would be.
Well, I love the game of baseball, Anthony. You know how much I love it. It's my first love. And I'm here to help, but I'm sure they don't need my help. They got plenty of people in the room that are way smarter and have the hearts in the right places.
I don't know. I vote for you. Listen, are you wooing LeBron? We're all waiting, right? It's funny, the teams, Cleveland, Minnesota, Philadelphia, we're all like waiting for him.
Yeah, I think Philly has a good chance. I don't know. It's going to be tough. But speaking of basketball, I reached out to our boy Jay Wright and was asking him if he was going to be at tonight's game. But about Villanova, Anthony, here's a question for you. How great is Jay Wright, and how much does the community miss Jay Wright, even though he's still here, of course?
Dude, he's the greatest. We just talked, I don't know, 2 weeks ago? We were just talking to him. He's the greatest. First of all, is there anybody cooler? I mean, the Jay,
No.
Nobody's cooler than Jay. And what a coach. And it was funny. He saw all the NIL stuff. He saw the changing landscape. I used to ask him all the time, like, dude, you're gonna go to the NBA? No, I want nothing to do with the NBA. Dude, are you gonna come back to what are you gonna do? Listen, it's different. It's not for me. And he saw this. I mean, you see this NIL stuff. It's wild.
Anthony, and the fan base, do they love Jay Wright here? He's done so much for the community as well.
Oh, they love him. Love him to death. And you know what kind of baseball fan he is. He loves baseball.
That's what we text about. He usually texts him, asking me about some baseball question, and I'm asking him basketball questions, and he is one of one. And boy, I tell you, I have two daughters in college, Anthony, and boy, if I had a son that played any sport, would I dream about having him be coached by a guy like Coach Jay Wright? He's the best in the business.
He cares. He loves those kids. He's a beautiful. It's funny. My niece he wrote a letter from my niece to get into Villanova Law School. She was at Catholic University, and I asked Jay to write the letter, and he's like, oh, yeah. And we talked about her grades, the whole thing, about what she was about. Just a good man. You know what I mean? Just a really good person and a brilliant coach. It's you need to rely on those pillars of the community.
Anthony, I have, we have Dante DiVincenzo in Minnesota. Yeah. Of course, he was with the Knicks, and we got him in the trade for Cat. And when I tell you, he lights up. When he talks about his dad or his family, and especially Jay Wright, he lights up like a Christmas tree, and he goes back to being like a teenager, and he just could not say enough things. He says Jalen Brunson and all the Knicks guys. It's wonderful. When you see Coach Wright on the floor, they win a big game, and they all go give him a hug. That's what it's all about. Yeah,
it was nuts. He was saying how after one of the games, they lost. Brunson had a tough game, and he said that, he goes, Jalen called me, and he was like, I suck. And he basically just had to talk it out with Jay. Here's a bona fide superstar in that league. The man, closer, the whole thing. And he has this moment, and he calls Jay, which I just think is beautiful,
Yeah, that's par for the course. And Anthony, you'll be surprised how many of us did that, right? Because it's that familiar coach that's the gap between your manager right now, your head coach, and your dad. And usually the college coach or the high school coach sits right in the middle of that. So he's like that voice of reason that you always want to hear to. Dad's gonna scream at you and you're tired of dad. Your coach, you're kind of tuned him out a little bit. And now he is the guy that won you 2 championships in Villanova, and reconnecting with that energy is powerful.
Yeah, it is power. That's beautiful. How do you love the basketball? Dude, you hit that half court shot, that 3/4 shot. It was money.
You know what I wanted to do, Anthony? Because that's the first time I ever shot it, and I'm 1 for 1. They wanted me to do it again. I said never again. One and done. I wanted to go right to Vegas and see if I can put something on black or red. But that was a very lucky shot, that's for sure. And we raised a lot of money for this young man who we raised money for him to get his college paid for. So it was a good shot, good fortune.
That was beautiful, bro. That was great stuff. What'd you think of the Jaylen Brown trade? That was wild, right?
I think it's a wonderful trade. And listen, Josh Harris is going to get it right. And I recently talked to him. He loves the Sixers. And he's very, very focused. And everything Josh does, he does it at a high level. And he does have a plan. So I think it makes the Sixers very, very tough next year.
Man, it's good. The league's awesome, man.
How's
the Ant-Man? He's my favorite because we're namesakes. So, you know.
Anthony's doing fantastic. He's the hardest working guy. He's in the gym. We have to kick him out of the gym sometimes because he works so hard. And Coach Finch gets on him a little bit because he wants him to rest up and not do too much. So that's a good thing.
That's awesome. My brother, I hope that you're here in October and the Phillies are on a Red October run and we get to share this again because I love you belong in this environment, man. You just do. It's the best.
Let me say this. You know this. October baseball in Philly, there's nothing like it. These fans are awesome. They always treat me so great. And they're smart baseball fans. And when they give it to you, they're giving it to you, but it's also in good fun too. They're testing you. But if we do come back, and I think we will, Anthony, then you owe me a nice dinner at your Italian restaurant.
I got you, man. I got you. Burkhardt, ask Burkhardt about it. Tony's.
All right,
Mr. Tony's. Brother, we love you, man. You're the best, man. Always love catching up with you, pal.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thanks,
keep up the good work.
There he is, the great Alex Rodriguez on the Xfinity mobile call-in line, a Wawa Hoagie Hangout. All right, we got to take a quick break, come back, and talk about our friends, Bryn. You know it's officially summer when Hoagie Fest comes back to Wawa. I got to ask you, what's your Wawa order? Mine, I'm going classic Italian. I love my Wawa hoagies. Hoagie Fest is back this year, bringing even more value to the table. Right now, you get a shorty hoagie, wrap, or chicken sandwich, plus a bag of Hers chips and a small fountain drink for $6. You're extra hungry? It's only $8 for a classic meal. Whether you're grabbing lunch between meetings, fueling up before a game, or making a quick stop on a summer road trip, it's an easy, delicious meal at a great price. I love it. We stop on the way to baseball. Hoagie Fest, fuel up after, between games. Big flavor, great value, same Hoagie Fest energy we all know and love. But it's only here for a limited time, so get it while you can. Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. Gotta have Wawa. All right, let's talk about TrueMark. I'll tell you something I like, something that actually rewards the way you already spend your money. Exactly what you get with the Everyday Elite Visa credit card from TrueMark Credit Union. We're talking up to 4% cash back on eligible purchases, including gas and takeout, like food. Come on. For a limited time, new cardholders also get a 0% introductory APR on purchases for the first 12 months, then 17.99% APR after that. More cash back, less catch. That's right. Apply today. TrueMark.com or stop by any of TrueMark Credit Union's 24 branch locations. Rates based on credit worthiness, 4% cash back on eligible purchases, bonus categories, capped annually, restrictions apply. Visit TrueMark.com for details. Insured by the NCUA. All right. Am I all caught up, Prince? All right. I was like, right there, I saw the clock. I'm like, all right, I got to get somehow, because I would have went for another hour talking to A-Rod. Right? I love that stuff, man. How nuts is he? His two guys are Larry Bow and Jay Wright.
It's awesome. I was surprised Bo was that influential on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I remember watching him when he was unbelievable. Like a shortstop. He never saw a shortstop that had the power that he did.
No, he kind of changed it. Up until that point, it was like.
But Cal was a big dude, but he wasn't like that. Like, he didn't have that. He was sick ball player, man. Yeah. Great dude. He's just I've always loved him. He's a great dude. All right, we got to take quick TO. Love Philly starts now. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. It's not just the title of Philly. It's a feeling. It's a heartbeat. A city that never asked for permission to be itself. That's us, right? That's our personality. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. And now in 2026, the world comes back to Philadelphia. Not just to remember, but to celebrate. The show isn't just about what's happening. It's about who we are while it's happening. Because Philadelphia isn't a backdrop. It's a character. It's the voice that tells it like it is. The guy at the end of the bar who doesn't sugarcoat a thing. It's the family that's been on the same block for generations. It's the artist, the athlete, the builder, the believer. It's the lifer, the dreamers, the grinders. It's all of us. And that's what Love Philly's about. We're going to sit with people that make this place go. The ones who built it, the ones carrying it, the ones pushing it forward, the legends who left their mark. Not just the championships, not just the headlines, but the moments in between. The way the city shows up for itself, the way it refuses to be anything other than real. And through it all, we're going to remind ourselves and show the world what Philadelphia is. It's not just a stereotype. It's not a punchline. It's a foundation. It's a force. It's a city that gave birth to a nation and never stopped building. So as the country turns 250 and the spotlight finds Philadelphia again, this is our moment to tell the story the right way. Not polished, not filtered, real, authentic, proud. Because this city just doesn't rise to the occasion. It defines it. This is Love Philly. The hour brought to us by our good friends at Wawa. We love Wawa. Wawa loves Philly, that's for sure. Here it is. A lot of fun, man.
Yeah, it was great.
Listen, you get me Baldy and A-Rod, or I could get to geek out on football and baseball. You know, little hoops.
A-Rod looked a little high up in the sky. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, well, I mean, there's a really nice hotel that's super high in the area.
Oh, yeah. Well, where do you think he's going to stay? He's not
Airbnb?
He's not staying at Airbnb on 18th and Rittner. Come on, man. No, but it's
like he's in the heavens.
He does love, listen, you know what really, I appreciate that he did, and I know what kind of, he's genuine when it comes to loving baseball. Like, he loves baseball. He's still a kid from Miami.
He loves sports.
Like, he's a sport, total sports.
Yeah.
He's still a kid from Miami. I remember covering him like I was 22 years old. I remember the dude. I remember walking into the clubhouse, because I walked in the clubhouse, and you know who was in that clubhouse? Johnny Mars.
Oh, wow.
John Marzano. And I come walking in. I'm literally 23, I think. I just turned 23. I walk in the clubhouse in Seattle. I had my 3 hoop earrings in.
Oh, sweet.
Right?
Yeah.
Walk in, and all of a sudden, I see Johnny. Now, I knew Johnny from the neighborhood, like a little bit, you know. And he went, "Yo, get over here." Because he was the best. He's bigger than life, right? The biggest person. It's amazing. He's a backup catcher. They all feared him. And he went, "What are you doing here?" So I'm working for the Post now, John. Are you? Awesome. What are you doing? I go, well, you know, so what are you doing here? I said, I'm doing a story on Junior and then Alex and then and Randy Johnson, too. Randy Johnson didn't speak to anybody. He went, "Junior, get over here." I want you to meet my boy.
Oh, nice.
And he goes, "Do whatever he says. You got to talk to him. He's a good kid." I said, "All right." And I was like, "Junior, what's up?" And I became really friendly with Junior.
Yeah.
And I love that team. And then even Randy Johnson, who was hated reporters.
Yeah.
Johnny got him to sit down with me. I had
an
hour with the big unit.
How was that?
He was good.
Yeah?
Actually, he's
an interesting guy, man.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
He was odd.
Yeah, he's like into music, photography.
Strange dude. He was awesome. Like, I had a great conversation with him. Great conversation.
I like now.
And then Alex, I was like, wow, this kid's a freaking stud.
Even now, the unit, he only signs jerseys for charities. He tries to keep them minimal so they're high value.
Yeah.
Like he'll never sign your jersey. He'll sign a ball, but he only does the jerseys for charities.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I love that. That's cool. All right. Let's do this. We got a cut. Is Jared there? Okay, great. We're going to go over the semifinal matches with our insider, who has been great.
He's awesome
at covering the World Cup.
Yes.
He's been unbelievable.
He's been fun to have on.
He really is. He's a great, really strong analyst. In fact, he should be part of the coverage, man. He's good.
I would agree with that.
He's really, really good. So we'll talk to Jared coming up. First, we got to take a quick TO, and then we got our man Corey Seidman coming up at 11:30.
Cool.
To dive into the All-Star game tonight, and of course last night, to kind of bring us back full circle. But first, a word from our friends. BetPark Sportsbook online casino app. Well, there it is. You heard it. VG all over France. We'll see what Jared has to say about that. I like Yamal.
I know. He's burned me
kid.
a couple times on the goal bet.
Yeah, he's a creator too, though. Maybe do
it
to get an assist or a goal. Do they have that?
Yeah, you can get assists.
There you
for
go.
Sure.
You can mess around with that. Check it out. All right, the BetParks app has all that stuff. All-Star game, you name it. All the soccer, baseball, everything else. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. BetParks.com has all the details. New customers get 500 spins on the new soccer game. Goal. Collect them, as well as $500 casino bonus back. If you're down, BetParks.com has the details for that. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now let's talk about Xfinity and the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Well, I told you, you can have super intelligent Wi-Fi, right? And reliable. You get it the same price for 5 whole years. That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. It's Wi-Fi that fixes everything before you have any issues. Like it sniffs out the problems. It's super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. So in my house, my little one's playing the show upstairs. My wife's learning Italian, YouTube University. My big one is playing, what's that game? All those kids, what's the game that they made the movie out of it? Anyway, and I'm watching sports, right? That's what it is. Take it from me. So much happens in 5 years, but your Wi-Fi can stay the same price. Lock in your price. Unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. What's the name of that game? They're all like boxes.
Assassin's Creed?
No, they made a movie. Jack Black. Minecraft. Thank you, Bree. You play Minecraft? No. My Anthony was a Minecraft head. He's always on the Minecraft. Massimo was playing the show. Or now
I'm amazed at the Minecraft's popular. Look at the graphics. It doesn't look that great.
They love it, man.
I know. They create a whole world, I guess.
They're all playing at the same time. Well, the buddies. Yeah. They're all online. All right. Let's we got a major 2 games today and tomorrow. Chalk in the World Cup. France and Spain today, and Argentina and England tomorrow. Joining us to break it down, he's fantastic. Been with us all tournament long, Jared Micklos. Jared, what do you say, brother?
Good morning. Great day.
Yeah, man. This is a huge one. Are you going?
I'm not going to either of these games, actually. Maybe the final on Sunday. But, yeah, just posting up watching. And like anyone, I think when you look at these matchups, it's like, what else would you rather be doing? And you can't pick between them. They are offering such different, types of setups and matchups. I think it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's been wild. Like this whole tournament, which expanded for the first time to 48 teams, and it turns out it's 1 through 4. It turns out it's chalk. Pretty amazing.
It is really amazing. Now, one thing that the reason behind that is FIFA did a seeding. It's popular in tennis, where they basically will take the top potted teams and ensure that they don't meet till the final. So they'll take 1, 2, and 3, 4 and offset them. So what you have is Spain was the pre-tournament favorite going in. So they're on one side of the back bracket. Argentina's second. They're on the other side of the bracket. Then third is France. They're on the one side with Spain, and 4 is England. And what do you know? We have the
it's like the NCAA tournament.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yep. And, I think some people, there's purists who say, hey, the open draw, you and I were together for that. We were all together for that draw.
Yes.
And there were a lot of things happening that day because a lot of things were new. There were a new amount of teams. There's third place groups. You still had some teams that had to qualify, like Bosnia and Herzegovina. So you didn't even have the full tournament scope at that point. But you could see when we were jumping around from those groups that they were intentional about how they seeded it to keep this alive. And I think for viewership, if these are the best 4 teams left, we want to watch them play each other rather than one of them get knocked out in an early stage. Some purists like the old school draw of you got to deal with the luck you get. But I think we're all sitting here this week saying, if you want to watch 2 soccer games, these are the 2 you want to watch right now.
Yeah, I think it's way better this way. I think you should seed it this way. And you're right. Like, to me, when USA got knocked out, it took a little steam off. But then, as you got the better teams playing each other, the matches have been great. The England match was amazing with Bellingham, Jude doing his thing. So let's talk about today and tomorrow. So how do you assess France and Spain? Like, how do you, 2 heavyweights, how do you handicap it?
Yeah, I mean, going in, I think there were a few more people on Spain's side. They had come off winning the Euro. These 2 teams played a year ago in June. The game was 5-4. Spain won. I mean, if we could see something like that in a World Cup, that would be amazing. I don't know that it's going to be as high scoring. They both can score goals. We know that. I think pre-tournament, people on Spain's side, it's clear everyone has shifted. Probably self-included. I picked Spain to win it before we started. I think right now, who's in the best form? France. However, Spain's got a lot of ways they can play the game. So do France. That's what makes this game so interesting. These coaches both have 5, 6 players they can bring off the bench. They've got that much depth. We're talking about France and Barcola and Doué and some of these guys that aren't even getting in the starting lineup, and they're coming off the bench and scoring or assisting or et cetera. So the score of this game probably is how early does the first goal happen? It could be a cagey game. Spain is a possession-based team. Their 2 center backs, one of which is 19 years of old, playing for Barcelona. Those 2 players and Rodri, who play in center midfield, they control the game. They're passing at a 95% rated. They're the 3 most, successful passes in the tournament in terms of who's in the ball. So what that tells us is Spain's going to try to keep the ball. Their best form of defense is possession and maybe attack. So I think it's probably going to be, first goal goes to Spain. I think it's an interesting game. They're going to probably lock it down. It's going to get tighter. First goal goes to France, then it opens up. But right now, everyone seems to be, the money and the odds and the predictions all seem to be going France's favor. Like 80% wise is what I've heard. I think sometimes you have to have caution when people feel that strongly about one side. I think this game is going to be close. I'm not sure it's going to be a 9-goal game. Now, on the other side, Argentina, England, it might be a 5-6 goal game because defensively, Spain and France are much better.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting. You know, Yamal's been a little quiet. Like, you could still see how dangerous he is when he has the ball. And I keep waiting for him to kind of explode. And I didn't understand why they didn't make him he didn't take the penalty kick?
Yeah, he did not take penalty kick.
I didn't understand why he didn't take the penalty kick.
Yeah, those things are interesting. This guy has such confidence. There's no way he could have accomplished what he has already. I mean, he's accomplishing world-class levels at 17, 18, going on 19 years of age. If he wasn't a confident player, then then he wouldn't have achieved this already. So I was also surprised about not taking the penalty. He said something yesterday or the day before that he said, I feel calm. I don't feel stressed. And this is going to be the most important game of my life.
Wow.
And he expects it to be a special day. So I'm with you. I'm waiting for one of the youngest players who's probably going to be could be one of the best players that ever plays if he continues this trajectory to do something really special. And it's not for lack of trying. They've got enough resources that he doesn't have to do everything, just like France, right? Everyone's talking about Mbappe, but Dembele scores a hat trick in a game, and he's also in the Golden Boot race at 6. So Elise is really the one pulling the strings. Yamal's played a little more of pulling strings, and he attracts 2 defenders a lot, which means that he's able to slot to Olma, to Orzabal, to all these guys in the middle. So they're playing a little bit differently. But I'm with you. I think today is a potential breakout game for him. Whether he scores or he sets up, this is the day I think we're all waiting to see. There's one of the best players in the tournament. We haven't seen them at full tilt, full potential yet. The rest of the guys we have. We've seen Bellingham and Kane and Messi and Dembele and Mbappe. They've all done it. This is Yamal's chance to really show up at the biggest stage.
Well, and he's yapping too. He's out there saying France needs to be afraid of them. Didn't sit well with the French team, so we'll see how that.
You're
goes
exactly
today.
right.
Giving them some bulletin board material. Yamal.
Yamal said that?
Yes.
Yes. Me, I love it. I love that kid, man. Got stones.
I'm with you, Anthony.
Maybe immaturity, maybe. We'll see how it plays out.
Locker room talk is always interesting. Maybe if he really feels that calm, he's trying to deflect and take some of it. That would be an incredible move at that young of an age for a player to have that kind of awareness. But listen, you've never watched a game and seen him shut down or be afraid to try something or not take someone on. This guy's on the front foot every time. And the reason he's not keeping the ball and penetrating and beating guys one-on-one is because he actually sees and reads the game quite well. So he gives it up. But he'll draw some fouls. He'll get around the corner. France is good defensively. These teams are both good defensively. So it will be interesting how they approach him. Digne plays on that side for them. He's experienced, older left back. So I think you're always watching that side of the field when Spain plays.
Who's got the better defense?
Central defense has been really strong for France. Those have been 2 of their better players. I think Koundé, who plays right back, is going to be probably the stronger side. You'd almost wish he matched up against Yamal, but they're not going to swap him over. I wouldn't expect something like that. So I think that Spain is better defensively if we have to evaluate this. They've given up 1 goal in the tournament. I think people are kind of skipping over the fact that, they drew. The talk of it was they drew their first game 0-0 to a far inferior team.
Right.
And everyone started saying, are they good enough? They did not give up a goal until they played Belgium. And that was an individual great effort from De Ketelaere, who scored on us, the U.S. And, they missed a mark and they gave up a goal. That's the first goal of the tournament. So defensively, we have to say Spain's better at this point.
All right, let's look at England and Argentina. And first, should Argentina be here?
For all the good that we're able to talk about in terms of the seeded matchups and the TV viewership and all this positivity that's coming out of the tournament, if you had to have one downside, it has been just it seems like some unnecessary controversy. Assigning a referee that's got certain history, statements about, this happening with the ball hitting the wire and, it not triggering here, but it triggers when someone's, head or hair glances off the ball. you lose people in that. And
Yeah.
I said this in the last time we spoke. I think VAR, and I think overall we need to review how this is being implemented. There's not enough structure to the rules yet. So part of it is on them for not having done it in advance. Other things you learn as you go. But should they be there? They're a team that shows up in big games and they find ways to win. I would say it's very easy to say they could not be here. Should they not be here? You've got Messi, who's willing to carry anyone on his back and delivers anytime he's given the opportunity. And part of tournament knockout football, just like March Madness or these traditional tournaments or NFL playoffs, is that teams just show up and they start believing and they find ways to win, even when they're not the best team on paper or the best team going into it. England is far deeper here than Argentina, and Argentina has not been good defensively. And what we saw from Bellingham last game is probably going to be a continued differentiator for them.
He's unbelievable. Rockets. He's just firing rockets, man. All the talk about Harry Kane, and Harry Kane has had a great tournament, but Jude Bellingham's been the money man. He's been unbelievable.
Indeed. He's the one who's changing games, even when he's not scoring. Now, it came to everyone's attention when you score 2 goals in a game that puts you through like that. It's so much more than that. It's what he's doing off the ball. It's the ground he's covering. It's keeping the team calm. They've been in some dicey situations, and they found ways to win too. So those are 2 teams that are going to compete till the death. But yeah, Kane is there. And the nice thing about a team that has 2 options like this, they've got more than 2, but if Saka, who has not played as much as I would have expected, he starts. A couple of people, even Alan Shearer, a longtime England legend, said, if I'm Tuchel, the one change I'm making, I'm making 1 or 2 changes. One of them is Saka needs to play. He unbalances the defense. He gets behind. Argentina is not great defensively. But the point I want to make about Bellingham is when Bellingham and Kane can tandem like Dembele and Mbappe can, and then they've got someone like France has Elise to feed the ball. England's got a lot of options, whether it's Morgan Rogers or coming from deeper lying positions. That is what helps, because now the defense has to be aware of 2 guys they know who can score. So Kane and Bellingham are working off of each other, and Kane does a great job of stretching. So when he plays as high as he does, what he's actually doing is opening up a ton of space for Bellingham to run into. That's why you see him crashing the goal late, coming in behind, picking up these opportunities. He can score from distance too, but he's picked up a lot of goals and scored inside the box because of the space that England's created.
Yeah, man.
Kane.
How do you see Messi and the matchup with England trying to stop Messi?
Yeah, ironically, Messi said, I've never played England. So I think that is going to be a fun one to see. In all these years, this guy's played for so long, they've never played. It has one of these star-studded rivalries of you add the Beckham effect in, and Beckham's got England heritage, and he's got Messi in his team and his future ownership at Miami. There's no way I would ever bet against Messi, the person, or think that he's not capable of the task. I think it's more about what can the players do around him and how are England going to approach it. I mean, they'd be silly to leave him alone. There are other opportunities. Lautaro Martinez has certainly, provided off the bench for Argentina, but I think Messi's going to have an impact, but England's got everyone back. Everything except for Jarrell Kwanzaa, who got that red card in Mexico, and they found a shift in right back playing Cones out there. So I think they're going to be okay. They're not going to neutralize Messi, but I don't think Messi's going to be able to take over the game like he has in some of these earlier stages.
I mean, just the idea of Messi and Kane. I mean, that's headlines, right? Like that's pretty cool.
Hey, Jerry, can I ask you a question? I'm coming from a basketball world where if there's a star player, sometimes you'll do a box and one player just follows their star wherever. It doesn't seem to happen when I watch soccer where you play a 9-1 where one guy, wherever Messi is, there's just a guy irritating him and right in his pants the whole time. Is there a reason why that doesn't happen?
Yeah, it's a great question. Teams will do it more sometimes to get in the head of the player than they will tactically. The reason it doesn't happen, and the box and one's a perfect example, and what you see more on the soccer world is double teaming. You get someone to help. So someone's always getting pressure. The first thing you have to do defending wise is get pressure on the ball. If you don't get pressure on the ball and the attacking team can dictate it, carry the ball as far as they want, then everything's open for them, right? No pressure on the ball. I can pass it wherever I want. And if you come pressure me, I'll beat you one-on-one. So what teams will do, or what you might suggest doing, is getting pressure on the ball and then always having the second covering defender come to Messi to maybe give up something behind. But the reason that you don't see this box and one mentality of like a 9 outfield players plus a 1, you know, falling around holding on to his shorts, is that when the game transitions, which it does all the time, attack to defense, defense to attack, you'd almost have to build an attacking shape without that player, because Messi could dictate where that player is. So you win the ball and you think about, okay, how am I going to outlet? How am I going to play out of pressure to safety where we can keep the ball? Because when you win it, if you give it right back, you're unbalanced again. So a lot of the game, we call it unbalancing the opponent, is that you're moving the ball and doing different things to create space. So a lot of this stuff is what you're doing to create off the ball, not on the ball. So we see a lot of guys, 1v1 matchups on set pieces. That's when you've got to do it. You can't leave guys that are impactful players, whether it's a tall player in the box or it's Messi sitting out top of the D waiting for a ball to pop out. But it's very difficult to do that for 90 minutes and not have the rest of your structure tactically be impacted.
Okay.
That makes sense, because all the crosses, like, which, I could tell. It's a great question, because I thought the same thing.
It is.
And, but it makes sense, your answer. And it's why during those set pieces, it was shocking that Holland was so effective. Like, of one guy that you got to get a body on, it's him.
Yeah. Especially with how little movement he does. So you can almost, be aware of where he's at all times. He's not moving a lot. He's moving. I said to you before, he's moving more defensively. When I was at that game live against Brazil, like, I was doing more work defensively than he is in attack, but he knows the right time. What's crazy to me is that guys lose that runner, even in the run of play, when, Norway springs a ball wide. I'd rather have someone wide without pressure of the ball, contrary to my other point, as long as I know I've got Holland marked.
Yeah. So what do you hear in the future of USA? Like, what's the talk about USA now that it's we have some time now since the match?
We got some time. I was talking to a few people. One of the things that stands out, I think, that this country resonates with is winners and competitions they can identify with. So very, very early on, I might have mentioned to you about the idea of how the World Cup has like an Olympic feel to it. You cannot be a soccer fan and root for your team. What's great is that we're going to have the Olympics in the U.S. And the most important news I've seen out of the U.S. camp is that Steve Cherundolo, former U.S. men's national team player and very successful coach in Germany, but also with LAFC recently when they won the title, is the U23 coach. So what happens in the Olympics is you don't play your full team. On the men's side, on the women's side, you play a full team. On the men's side, you play a U23 team with a couple overage exceptions. It focuses on the youth development, getting some of these guys opportunities. He has agreed to coach the U.S. team. So that's a 2-year runway now. And I think that's really exciting because it gives us something that we can work towards. And we've got still a young group that's coming up that's going to add to whichever these guys return. So I think that's a really positive move. Gives us some belief that there's positivity and that there's a step looking towards the future. And then everyone wants to know, okay, is Pochettino going to be around again? And these 4-year cycle coaches, it's always a difficult thing. If he wants to be around, I would be certain that we would have him back. If not, then you're getting the carousel of, okay, do we want an American coach? We want the best coach available. What's that mean? We've gone through that cycle a little bit before when we were talking about Greg Berhalter, Jesse Marsh. Marsh went to Canada. Berhalter came back. That was our scenario, 3 years ago.
Do you expect Sullivan to play? Will he play in the Olympics?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that's probably going to be the first big opportunity for him to go. Now, the difference will be if he's already at Man City at that point, because the union have agreed to, a pathway for him to get to Man City, which is just fantastic news for the club, for Cavan, and his career and his family. So we'll see where he's at, and does City release him for that? I think it'll depend on how he's going. But for a kid that young to be able to play at that age, he'd be a really young player in that event 2 years from now, 18 years of age, but great opportunity for him.
Yeah. I'm excited for him. What kind of player? Like, describe his play. What kind of player is he?
He's a player that has such tactical awareness for his age. It's a little bit like Yamal, not comparing him to Yamal, but these players that really understand the game at a young level. That's what allows them to kind of be creative and take chances. He's a risk taker. He gets the ball and he's like Yamal. He feels confident, not concerned about what's going forward, and he goes for it. He's a great passer of the ball too. So he He's a worker, which is Philly loves. These blue collar players that are also talented. His older brother Quinn has been great for us at the Union in that regard. He's played for the U20 national team as well, so it's in the blood there. He is exceptionally skillful, and he is exceptionally creative for an American player that I think will make a real impact for the U.S. for years.
That's awesome. You know what's cool too is like I can't wait till he plays for Man City. I'll root for Man City. Like that gives me a rooting interest in the EPL, right? So it's cool.
Yeah.
Brother,
especially close to home, right? We've had these guys go over and play. We've had Pulisic and McKinney's, and all these guys are playing for world-class teams, top 5, leagues and top teams of the world, Chelsea's, Juventus's, Milan's. Now you've got a guy who's from Philly who's going to be playing in the Premier League for Manchester City, much like Aronson has done with Leeds. Really cool.
Yeah, it is. My brother, you have killed it. We so appreciate you. You've been awesome, Jared. Like, really good.
My pleasure.
You got to be in on the coverage, man. You're really good at breaking it down.
Yeah, well, we'll take that next step. I'm here for you anytime you need, and let's keep the soccer coverage going far after the World Cup.
You got it, buddy. Great stuff, man. Thank you,
All
brother.
right. Enjoy the games.
Yeah, you too, buddy. You too.
Thanks.
Jared Micklos, who has been really fun.
He rules.
He does.
I love having him on.
He just and listen, your question was an excellent question. Because I thought it kind of similar like you did. Like I actually meant to bring it up. I'm so glad you did. It made sense.
Like, how's this guy still open?
Right. Like, why wouldn't you shadow? Like, why wouldn't you shadow? And now it makes sense.
I guess it'll work if you're like, hey, we're just gonna play till shootouts.
Right.
We'll do penalty kicks. We'll have no offense.
Right.
We'll shut him down. That's not fun.
No. And
I mean,
already there's no
Austria
story.
should have played like that, or a team like that.
Yeah.
Just be like, let's hope.
But already there's no. You know, what'd be interesting. Like to your point, like if you're a, one of these teams that's a big underdog.
Yeah.
That you go to Jay Wright or you go to like a basketball coach and go, dude, devise me a defense.
Zone defense.
Yeah. Or
some
like
kind of
football.
Trap. You need a good trap.
Like we talk about, you go to Spags and get me like the NFL guys are playing matchups and there's a lot of drop, right? You're dropping your edge guys into space a little bit. Like, Spags can devise.
Just give me the penalty kicks. I got a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, that's all. All right, we got to take a quick TO. We'll come back and we'll talk to Corey about yesterday and what that was like and about getting you ready for tonight and what to expect. I still like NLAL, dude. I still like it.
I love it.
I'm still like a National League guy, man. Like, I'll always be a National League guy.
What's the over-under tonight? 8.
That's late.
Yeah, I like over.
Do you?
Yeah. Juice is on the over, too. -115.
I don't know, dude.
Money lines all over National League.
I got to see. Well, are they really?
-135 National League.
I got to see the lineup of pitchers. You have the rosters? Do me a favor. Get me the pitchers because with all the changes, the guy's not pitching. Like, here's the thing. You don't have Mizorowski. You don't have Skeens. You don't have Ohtani.
Or Wheeler.
Or Zach. You're talking 4 huge, big guns.
What do you think about this? Sanchez, 2 strikeouts.
I could say it.
Plus 185.
You think he goes 2 innings?
I don't know. 2 innings, it's a lock. I was thinking he might get 2 strikeouts in the first inning.
So do I.
Yeah. Plus 185. You would think he gets 3 strikeouts total.
Plus
700.
Here's the batting order. What's the batting order?
I could get that. I'll find out.
Because we can look. So here's the problem. If McGonigal is a strikeout, and if he's leading off, he's not a strikeout guy.
I mean, not normally. That's a big situation. The All-Star game in your hometown.
No, but he's a contact guy.
Let me see.
So we'll look at it. All right, let's talk about our friends. Let's talk about Dick's Sporting Goods. We love our Dick's. I do. I love my Dick's Sporting Goods, man. It's my favorite store. The only store that I willingly go to shop when my wife says go to the store and go shopping. All right, Dick's, I'll take Moss. I'll take Ant. I'm ready to go. Let's go. What do we got, boys? And then I walk in, and they're asking me to leave. Are you ready? I'm like, wait, well, hold on. And I'm messing around with equipment, and I'm doing this. Look at this, Moss. Don't you want that? Like, I love it. They have something for everybody. And we're talking, we reached that point in the summer where we're starting to look at fall sports, right? So we still got fall baseball. You got fall soccer, and you got football. You get the mouth guards, the cleats, everything's there. I can't wait to go to sleeves. Love it all. Love all the gear, and you can find it at Dick's Sporting Goods. Check it out. My local store is the Dick's at Deptford Mall. But, you got your own. You can shop anytime at Dicks.com. So before the next big game, whether you head to the stadium and getting all the gear to rep the squads, or you're going to the back fields in your neighborhood with your youth games, make your first stop, Dick's Sporting Goods, the house of sports, summer sports, fall sports. Start here. All right, let's talk about Valley Forge. You know that feeling when you need a quick getaway, but you don't feel like dealing with airports? Some complicated travel plan, like the brain who's in Asia, like hanging with elephants, right? But listen, sometimes you just want something small, like Montgomery County. Oh, nice. A little bit of everything: history, shopping, entertainment, outdoor adventure, great food, all just outside the city. You can spend the day exploring Valley Forge National Historical Park. Hit the shops at KOP. Check out live entertainment. Explore some of the amazing, quaint, small towns, hidden gems throughout Montgomery County. And with America celebrating 250 years this summer, never been a better time to experience the history and the stories that helped shape this country. Whether it's a couples trip, family weekend, sports road trip, or just a chance to unplug for a few days, Montgomery County makes it easy to get away without going far. Plan your trip, book your stay, start your retreat today. valleyforge.org. All right. Joining us on the Xfinity mobile call-in line, our man Corey. Corey, Seidman.
What's up, Corey?
I need my headbang.
I don't know if I'm ready to go without the song, but I'm still juiced up after last night's home run derby. I'll tell you that. I know you guys had A-Rod on earlier, and he had some great things to say about Philly. And I just think last night was so emblematic of what makes this city the best sports town in the world. The boos and the cheers. It felt like watching a wrestling match.
Yeah, just like a WWE event. It was great.
Dude, what they did. Oh, my God. Absolutely sensational. I mean, the energy in that building, the energy at that ballpark, that was – VG made a great point earlier when he talked about when we had the NFL draft, we changed the way the NFL draft, what it became, right? And I think we forever changed the home run derby. It was never like this, where the fans are booing the opposition hitting home runs.
Booing the kids.
Yeah.
Philly became the main character. Philly was the main character last night. It wasn't Schwarber or Jordan Walker or Caminero or any of those guys. And Anthony, I'm so glad you said what you just said, because I had the same thought last night, and I was hoping that I wasn't becoming like too much of a prisoner of the moment. But like that felt like what an all-star event should be, where the crowd is so into it because they have incentive to be into it because of the hometown effect. Now, there's not obviously always going to be a player the caliber of Schwarber or Harper that can participate in the home run derby in his home park, but that changed what could have been a dud of an event. There are a lot of years that the home run derby is kind of a dud of an event because, yeah, guys are hitting bombs, but the crowd makes it. Really, the crowd does make it. And I just thought that was so awesome last night. It couldn't have been. I mean, the only thing that would have made it more storybook is if Schwarber did pull out the victory. But even like honestly, and I know that like it stinks that the hometown guy didn't win, but that was so cool the way Jordan Walker came back. Mm-hmm. The rules are the rules. You have many more swings on that.
You're right. It was dynamite the way the kid came. Like you get to go on a run. Like I like the rule. I think it's legit. And he went on a run. Like, all right. Like it was great. It was great theater, man.
And Barry Bonds afterwards said it's the best home run derby he's ever seen. And this is a guy who's been to at least 14 of them as a player, being at an all-star game and all the ones that he's seen in addition to that. It really was just so enjoyable. It was dramatic, as you said. And for, not that like Phillies fans care much about Jordan Walker. I do think it's funny. I bet you he's going to be booed heartily in Philadelphia the rest of his career, Jordan Walker. But Don't you think that a moment like that for a guy like that can enable his career to take off? He hit 6 home runs.
The kid's a stud. Mind you,
Yeah.
he's 23 years old. He's a freaking stud. That Cardinals team, I actually like that team. They got Weatherholt, who's a rookie, who's really good shortstop, lefty. You got Herrera. You got Burleson. And Walker's legit, man. I love the story about his dad. First thing he does is thank his parents. He's a travel ball kid. That was awesome.
It was. And I mean, Kyle Schwarber's made hundreds of millions of dollars at this point. Jordan Walker's still pretty much making the league minimum. So that $1 million check that comes along with the home run derby win, it means a little bit more to him. But still, I mean, great theater from Kyle Schwarber. The guy was built for Citizens Bank Park, if anybody ever was. You feel like he could be like 60 years old someday, just hitting bombs effortlessly to the second deck in right field.
He is. You know what kills me? Because he is more Philadelphia than anything, right? Like, and I love that aspect of it. But I'm a huge Bryce Harper fan, and Schwarber's more Philadelphia than Bryce is. And I don't mean to pit the two together, but if we're talking about it, like, I'll be honest with you, I was rooting hard for Bryce last night because I figured Schwarber had his moment. Like, I like to see Bryce kind of win it, and I think VG said it, and he was right. He wanted it too hard, like too much. He was pressing.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I mean, whereas Schwarber kind of just goes out relaxed. It's like batting practice for him. Every swing, he's pretty much trying to hit a bomb anyway. It's funny you bring that point up about like Schwarber being even more Philly than Harper, because yesterday I was on with the guys in Chicago, the CHGO baseball show, and they asked me, 10 years from now, who would be more deserving of getting the key to the city, Schwarber or Harper? Like, who do you think it would go to first? I said, honestly, it would probably be Schwarber, because his approval rating is always at 100%. You know what I mean? Like, Harper, it kind of comes and goes sometimes. He gets criticized, which we know as well as anybody. But it just feels like nobody ever has a bad word to say about Schwarber, whether it's fans, players, opposing managers, anybody.
I mean,
if you're gonna pick, I mean, his post Derby interview, where it sounds like sour grapes, where he says he's retiring from the Derby now. It's like, you can't say that after you go out like that.
I'll tell you what.
Come on.
I'll tell you what. They had the camera on him throughout Jordan Walker coming back there. And a lot of times the guy's like smiling and laughing, thinking like, oh yeah, if the kid wins it. Schwarber looked like he was a little upset. I mean, he looked like he really wanted to win that.
He did look concerned as it was getting closer and closer. He's getting scared.
Yeah. He won. Who said he's retiring?
Bryce.
Bryce said
Bryce said he's retiring.
Yeah, Bryce said he's going to retire. And I was like, you didn't even qualify for the second round. You can't go out like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Harper said he only did it because it was in Philly. I don't think he would have done it if it was in Detroit or wherever. So this was more so just like a tip of the cap to the hometown crowd. And if he wins it, he wins it. But I do agree that Harper was probably trying a little too hard. And but to that point, Jordan Walker, the thing that everybody was saying last night, Barry Bonds, Albert Pujols, that he had just this nice relaxed swing. He didn't care if he was hitting them 500 feet. Just get him over the wall in left field. A lot of them were just simple swings, and they worked.
That's right, Core. All he did, like in that ball, in that yard, all you got to do is make real, just easy contact, and the thing's going to go. Like, you're right, those lines, they were just all line drives. Whereas Bryce was trying to hit moonshots, scraping the sky.
He's trying to put a show on.
Yeah. Caglione hit that one. But those guys, those lefties especially, the lefties were trying to hit it out of the stadium.
And how about Wilson Contreras? He hit some to parts of left field that I can't ever remember seeing balls hit to. No. I mean, that's what's going to make this really memorable is you're going to, remember the show Schwarber put on and Jordan Walker coming back, all the different unique bombs that you saw. And for me, the coolest part being there yesterday was in the afternoon, like around 3:00, they trotted all the all-stars out onto Ashburn Alley, and they each had their own little booth like you see at big events, almost like a Radio Row type thing at the Super Bowl. And you got to go and talk to all these different guys. Like, we're interviewing Harper. I turn around to my left and Juan Soto's 3 feet behind me walking by with Mets PR. Like, that's the coolest part of the All-Star game, just seeing all these guys wearing their uniform, Mizorowski, 6'9" or whatever the hell he is in his Brewers uniform. And also like just interesting getting perspective from different guys. Like I saw Byron Buxton, Tim Kelly asked him about, waiving his no trade clause. You get little answers like that because everybody's in one location. So such a memorable experience. I don't want this to end. I wish that, the baseball world could stay in Philadelphia for good.
Yeah. What did Buxton say about that?
Oh, not good.
He said, I'm not going anywhere. So, I mean, he's hurt anyway. He's on the IL with a hip strain. So it would have made that extremely, extremely complicated anyway. But we'll see. We'll see. I was on with the guys from Chicago yesterday, and I know we've talked about Seiya Suzuki lately as a decent candidate for the Phillies, but the Cubs are winning so many games that those guys don't want to get rid of him, and I don't think the Cubs are going to get rid of him either.
They're back in the mix.
Yeah, you're probably looking at that Taylor Ward range. But I think, if the Phillies get multiple things done, they can make an impact. Like if they get a Chapman in addition to a back-end starting pitcher and a Taylor Ward type bat, because this is the win now year. Everything's pointing that way. We knew that coming into it, and you're only 2 games back at the All-Star break. You have 6 All-Stars, should be 7, all of them pretty much smack dab in their prime, except for Wheeler, who's pitching like he's in his prime. So this is and you don't know what's going to happen next year, whether there's going to be baseball or not. So if ever there was a time to push all the chips in, it's this summer.
Totally. All right, let's go over tonight. What expectation? Now, do you have? I want to analyze this a little bit.
Okay.
So who's pitching for the NL? So Sanchez. Will Sanchez go 2 innings?
So I just heard you guys mention that, and I was going back through the last handful of All-Star games. You know that the last time one of the starting pitchers went more than an inning was 2018.
Wow.
They've only gone 1 inning every year since 20. So the last one was Scherzer back in 2018. So that kind of probably tells you Sanchez is not going more than an inning. I mean, he's in his home park, so potentially. You look at the AL lineup, they do have lefties hitting, 6, 7, 8. They have Bellinger 6, Ben Rice 7, Riley Green 8. So maybe that lends you to leave Sanchez in a little longer, but I would lean toward 1 inning for Sanchez.
You know what's nuts? Back in the day, the starter sometimes would go 3. Back in the day. You remember that?
No.
Yeah.
That's
Guys
wild.
would go sometimes 3 innings.
Times have changed.
So who's going to pitch tonight? We got Sanchez. So Durant's going to close it, right? So Sanchez opens, Durant closes. Who else?
So, I mean, you got Chase Burns,
Foster Griffin,
Chris Sale,
Lizard,
Yamamoto.
Oh, I forgot about Lizard. Yeah.
You have Yamamoto. Among relievers, you have Mason Miller's probably going to get the 8th inning if Durant gets the 9th.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have some big arms who are off this team that should have been on, like a Mizorowski, Skeens, Wheeler, because of either pitching Sunday or being snubbed. And then, I mean, you also have Raisel Iglesias in that mix. So there's a lot of great pitching still. And, I think that even a guy like, Logan Webb's probably going to get an inning at some point because of all the bad juju that's been around him.
he was asked a question, and he was basically like, well, Zach Wheeler should probably be here.
What else is he going to say? Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. That's the truth, man.
He's going to
get booed. He's going to get booed. You're better off him not pitching.
Right. Now, don't even
What's interesting to me is
don't introduce him.
The NL has been so much better than the AL this season. Like, if you look at both leagues, there's only 2 teams in the AL that are more than a couple games over 500. So that kind of should lead you in the direction of the NL. The NL's lost 10 of the last 12 All-Star games, though. It feels like my entire lifetime it's been AL domination in the All-Star games.
I know, but you look at, to your point, look at the players. You go through you have the lineups.
Yeah.
Get the lineups. The lineups, I mean.
Starting lineup, American League. Trout, center field. Alvarez, DH. Langoliers catching. Caminero, third base. Witt Jr., shortstop. Bellinger.
2, 3, 4 is pretty nasty.
Bellinger.
Well, I was surprised they had Shea Langoliers batting third. The only thing I could think of there is maybe they wanted to get him out of the game early, get him out after the first inning. But probably do better than that in a 3 spot. I would have thought Bobby Witt Jr. would have been hitting third.
Yeah.
But Langoliers got a lot of power, man.
He does.
I mean, what's he got? He's got 20.
He's been slumping for 6 weeks though.
I think he homered the other day. I did see him hit one the other day in Chicago.
Then you go with Junior, Bellinger, Rice, Green, and Clement.
Yeah, that's where it gets weak.
Yeah.
McGonagall, is he leading off?
He's not starting.
He's not starting?
No. National League, Schwarber, Soto, Freeman, Abrams, Muncy, Albies, Marsh, Pajes, Baldwin.
Dude, the NL lineup is stacked.
The top half of that NL lineup is fearsome.
Go through it again.
I guess
Go give it to me again.
Schwarber,
Soto,
Freeman, Abrams.
He's stud. Him and Wood.
Muncy,
Albies, Ozzie,
Marsh,
Paje,
Baldwin.
I could see Marsh coming through with like a second inning RBI single to put the NL up 1-0.
Yeah, I like that call.
I'm betting Marsh to get a hit tonight. It just feels like it's his year right now.
I love that.
Absolutely.
He may get a ribby too. I like
and
that.
He probably cares about doing well tonight more than anybody in that ballpark.
Right.
Yes.
1,000%.
Yes. That's a good call. That's a real good call. I like that. That's a good call. There's something about it, man. You know what they should do is the manager should release the pitching rotation for the game.
Like the plan?
Yeah. So we're going to go Sanchez first inning, Burns second inning, or Lizard second inning, Burns third inning, and then you go down to like Mason Miller the eighth, Duran the ninth. And that's what it is. And both teams divulge the 9 pitchers that are going to pitch in the game.
I wish they did that too. I mean, it's like what teams do in spring training, for example. The Phillies will list out here's who's pitching each inning today. And the fact that this game no longer determines home field advantage, like why not? It's purely an exhibition. And I'm sure, it's a 100% chance that list is being distributed internally in both clubhouses. Like every pitcher knows what inning they're slotted for already. Right. So yeah, I do agree. That would add a little more intrigue to it. They released the lineups. Why not release something like that?
Yeah. Here are the matchups. Here we go. The shame is that think about how dominant the NL is, and you don't have Mizorowski, Skeens, or Ohtani, or Zach.
Oh my God. And it's still probably going to be an NL win, just looking at the rosters, at least if I were to pick one or the other. Yeah, the NL's stacked, and it's also just showing why it's going to be a loaded playoff field. Like the Phillies, if they want to get to the World Series, are probably going to have to get past both the Dodgers and the Brewers, 2 teams that are going to finish like 30-plus games over 500. It would be a much simpler path in the AL.
The Brewers got some pitching issues, though, with some injuries. So that could slow them down a little bit.
Yeah, like Woodruff, I think he came back, then he got hurt again.
He's on the 60-day now, I think. I don't know if he's coming back.
And Kyle Harrison's kind of slowed down. But Mizorowski's still Mizorowski.
Yeah.
And they still have an elite bullpen. I mean, that is a team that might struggle a little bit more in the second half than it did in the first half, but I still see the Brewers as a real threat to the Phillies and every other team in baseball. But hey, Phils keep winning series, keep winning games. They have a really interesting post-All-Star break run. Going to face some tough competition out of the break, but I don't know, 40-14 behind Wheeler, Luzardo, and Sanchez. That's all you need to know about this club.
Did you hear anything about any moves, any deals? Like, here's the problem. We talk about Ward, but the Orioles are back in the wild card race.
Yeah, that's the thing with the AL. There's other teams that are creeping their way back in. It's not just the Red Sox. Everybody's been talking about the Red Sox all year, trading Chapman, maybe trading Ranger Suarez, some of their bats. They're only a couple games out now. They've been sweeping teams.
They're a half game.
A half game what? Out of the wild card?
Out of the wild card. That's crazy.
Wow. So look at that. So but still we have another, 3 weeks until the trade deadline, and teams are going to be realistic. It's just probably going to take up until the deadline. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Phillies moves come August 1, August 2, something like that. The fact that they've been playing well enough to kind of stave off the need to make a move sooner has been helpful. Derek Hill, piece that they brought in. How impressive has he been in all phases?
Yes,
he's been great.
Yes.
You got to get that fifth spot, though. You got to get the stuff. You got to go get Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray's the guy.
He's on a roll. If they get him,
stinks.
though, what the first comment every Phillies fan is going to make if he gets traded here, though, is that he's a nonstop grunter in a way that I don't think they've ever heard before. Every single pitch, he's grunting like Monica Seles or something.
Yeah. It's amazing. She became synonymous with the grunt.
Yeah.
It's Monica Seles. It's a shame that Giants team, they got nothing. I'm not interested in any of that.
I was reading the other day that the guy Tony Vitello, their manager, he potentially might be a one and done. Like, remember that guy Bobby Petrino? Was it him in the NFL that he made the leap and then he was gone after a year? It happens a lot.
Yeah. So what time are you heading down today?
I'll probably be down there around like 4 or 5. I mean, the part I'm looking forward to the most is the intros. Ever since I was a little kid, that was my dad would like sit me down next to the TV during the All-Star games and he would say, "This is my favorite part." And it became mine too. I think that's just like because it goes back to, I didn't experience this as much, but like when he was watching baseball, you never got to see the AL guys. You got to see the game that your team was playing, and that was pretty much it. Then when I was growing up, you really didn't have interleague yet until I was like around 10 years old. So it was still really cool then. And it's just going to be so awesome to see them line both baselines at CBP.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I had to I called my kid. He's a baseball player. I called him 3 times. Massimo! Harper's up! Massimo! Schwarber's up! Come on! What are you doing? He's playing that stupid video. I'm going to take that freaking video game and I'm going to do like Office Space with a bat.
Nice.
And just destroy it. I can't take it. I'm like, dude, you should be watching this. You're a freaking baseball player.
Oh, man. Was he playing a baseball video game, at least?
Yeah, he does. He loves the show. They play the show.
Nice.
Nice.
But tell you what, man, the show, playing the baseball video game, I remember when I was in high school, my coach told us, I want you to go home and look at where the cutoff men all go on a relay throw in your video game. And that was kind of how like it cut through to some of the kids on our team. So, don't overlook it.
No, I know. I play with him. He smokes me. He'll have 17, and I'm like trying to spot my fastball, and I know the guys.
Trying to establish the heater,
right? So I know, but man, this little mother father, he'll have 17 hits. I'll have 4.
Oh, that's so funny. I think that's why we're uncovering why you're bitter about the video games. It's because you can't beat the little guy.
I can't. I get my ass beat. Court, we love you. Great stuff. Enjoy tonight, and we'll talk to you on Friday.
Sounds good, cuz.
Thanks, buddy. You're the best. Corey, Seidman.
You watching the game tonight?
Yeah, I'm watching it. I love the All-Star game. I'm definitely I love that stuff, man.
I'm trying to stay out of trouble today.
What do you mean?
Because you got soccer on early at 3. If I go out for that, it's hard to come home and then fall asleep on the couch, watch the game at home. So if I go out at 3 for the game, I might just be out. So it could be a long day.
So what are your chances of you being out? Pretty good?
It's 50-50 right now. Yeah.
All right. Do we have another break? Thank you, Bree. Bree's probably like, yeah, idiot.
Yeah.
We got another one. I'm like, I'm chatting away. All right, let's talk about our friends. It's officially summer when Hoagie Fest comes back to Wawa. I got to ask you, what's your Wawa order? Mine, I'm going classic Italian. I love my Wawa hoagies. Hoagie Fest is back this year, bringing even more value to the table. Right now, you get a shorty hoagie, wrap, or chicken sandwich, plus a bag of Hers chips and a small fountain drink for $6. You're extra hungry? It's only $8 for a classic meal. Whether you're grabbing lunch between meetings, fueling up before a game, or making a quick stop on a summer road trip, it's an easy, delicious meal at a great price. I love it. We stop on the way to baseball. Hoagie Fest, fuel up after, between games. Big flavor, great value, same Hoagie Fest energy we all know and love. But it's only here for a limited time, so get it while you can. Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. Gotta have Wawa. All right, welcome back. As we, I got to tell you about TrueMark Credit Union, right? Yes, how about it? I love TrueMark, Kelly Body, and the great people at TrueMark Credit Union. They have this thing called the Everyday Elite Visa Credit Card. Mm-hmm. And what it is you get 4%, up to 4% cash back on like everyday eligible purchases. We're talking gas. Like, what it takes to fill your tank. I hate driving my wife's car and I got to fill the tank. I'm like, $93. It's crazy. They get you food, right? Takeout. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And for a limited time, new card holders get 0% introductory APR on purchases for the first 12 months and then 17.99% APR after that. More cash back, less catch. Apply today at TrueMark.com and stop by any of the TrueMark Credit Union's 24 branch locations. Rates based on credit worthiness, 4% cash back on eligible purchases. Bonus categories capped annually. Restrictions apply. Visit TrueMark.com for details. Insured by the NCUA. All right. Bree did a great job.
Yeah.
As well as Brenna, the first two filling in for Jules Rules.
Good job. Can I? We're Love Philly, so let me. I got to give a shout out because I was in despair and need, and John Ellis came out yesterday and worked on my house and sealed up my windows.
John's a great dude.
Does great work. He doesn't have a website or anything, but if you need work done in the Philly area, he's John Ellis. You see him on Facebook. He's got a JA Painting Facebook banner if you get him. John Ellis, ALICE in Philly. He was great. His team was great. They sealed up my windows. I needed caulking done all around my windows. Some water was getting in, and it came out an hour later. It was done.
Oh, that's
good dudes.
Fantastic.
Great team. Yeah.
That's great. All right. Well, listen, enjoy the soccer today. You got 3 matches left. Today, tomorrow,
it's so
and Sunday.
sad.
All right.
Yep.
And don't feel bad. We're that much closer to football. Everybody have a great day. We love you. We'll see you in the morning.
We all silly like the mail.